what does it mean to be the champion?
One medium punch and Dookie dead.
Oh, yes, that's it. Dookie has done it. He has taken out Mr. Gfinity himself.
Only one team can answer that. Last season, it was Melbourne Order, the champions of outrageous plays, incredible victories, and high emotions.
Oh, it's a jump. That is Melbourne Order.
Our little Gfinity Elite Series champion.
Now they're back, and so are their rivals, hell-bent on revenge.
A lot of these people sit pretty, and they've been sitting at the top of Australian Street Fighter for so long. I really look forward to kind of knocking them down a peg or two.
Nothing is certain, except the uncertainty of who will win.
You shine lights on something you're concerned about. You shine lights on something you fear. Yeah, I'm the darkness, I'm going to bring it.
Who will be the champion?
To all the competitors, happy to see you come and join. Unfortunately, all of that will be for naught. You will play us, you will lose, and you'll think, why? And you'll never know.
This is Street Fighter V, and this is Season 2 of the Gfinity Elite Series Australia.
Welcome to the Gfinity Elite Series Season 2, presented by Alienware. Street Fighter is back. That's right, Australia's best of the best once again go head-to-head in Season 2, don't they, Ash?
Yes, and this competition is going to be huge again, with 6 franchises from around Australia battling it out over 7 weeks in a first-to-one format.
Yeah, anything can happen in this format. It's fast, it's furious, it's unforgivable. You can go from victor to vanquished in a split second.
Ooh, and this season we have partnered with Incent to reward viewers for watching the Elite Series. During each match, keep your eye out for a drop code. Go to the website for more details at gfinity.incentloyalty.com for all the info.
Well, we are super pumped about this season. The players are pumped as well, and we caught up with them recently, and here's what they had to say.
The expectations aren't just for myself, but for the other members on my team, Space Ghost and Llama. I know they have been grinding like crazy. They have been practicing. Space Ghost has been just improved a ridiculous amount over this past season. And then Llama as well, I think he's been learning a new character. We're all ready to take this.
Well, I would say we're at least getting top 2 at least, but hopefully for the win. If we won, I would say if we won that semi-finals, we would have won the whole tournament anyway.
I thrive in offline environments. I have the confidence to perform in an offline environment, and here I think a lot of people will be surprised at my performance. Our team has the potential to really do some damage. I looked at the roster area. We got Vamos, we got Waz, both strong players. Kadzo himself, his Dalsim has improved exponentially, even since Season 1.
I haven't got a really solid expectation, but I know the way the format works, our team can definitely take out anybody. So I'm not going to say there's a definite win or loss, but the way the team works and the way the format works, it definitely is a solid team.
My expectations for the team are that we all play well. I felt like there's a lot of situations where we didn't really perform as much as we know we're capable of. So I want us to all be ready for it and to play the best we can.
If we lose, I actually will not be surprised, as we mentioned previously, due to the nature of the format. But I will believe 100% that when it matters, particularly playoffs and grand finals, we're not going to lose. We're going to win.
Well, new season, new analyst. Welcome to the Gfinity Elite Series, Krishna. It's so great. Give him a round of applause, guys. Krishna's here. Great to have you, dude. Did you watch Season 1? Are you pumped about Season 2?
I did watch Season 1. You know, being a part of Australian FGC for around about 4 years now, so it's been really nice for me to see my peers. We'll see how many of them are still my friends after this. But I'm really, really excited.
What players are you excited to see play?
I can't wait for the return of, especially the veteran players from the Chief team. I don't think they quite lived up to the potential they wanted to in that first season. So I kind of want to see, now that they've adjusted to the format, how they're going to go now. So, and also a lot of the new faces we're going to see, Raw and Deceptors especially. New look lineups, and I want to see how they perform as well.
Yeah, exciting stuff. Well, we'll also see the clash between Rumours of Ghosts and ROF again this season. That was an enthralling head-to-head battle last season, which Rumours won in their first match-up and then stuck it to Order. Have a look.
Like Rumours of Ghosts, just another day in the office for him. He wants him a fierce face. Reckon Fear looks like he's ready to roll. He's got his game face on. He knows this. Rumours of Ghosts just hanging out in the corner now. Rumours of Ghosts in the yellow trunks. Requiem of Fear in the black.
Punish.
And that is going to be it. And Rumours of Ghosts putting round one on the ball. He's not going to let him get out of the corner. And there's the command grab. And Rumours of Ghosts takes it in a clean sweep against Requiem of Fear. There is not going to be...
Oh, he's putting on the glasses.
He's put on the glasses. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Even ROF.
He's got some glasses of his own.
And speaking of ROF, the winning captain from Melbourne Order, he's still as cocky as ever, and he's looking forward to this season.
The gamer tag was from a game way back in the day called Dota. It came from one of the ults from Shadowfiend called Requiem of Souls. I tried to get that, couldn't snag it, so I thought, what's the next best thing? Requiem of Fear. So it just stuck. So the character I play is Birdie. How that came about was I watched a Japanese player named Crusher play against Daigo in a 1st to 10 setting where he absolutely destroyed it, and I was like, okay, this is something I want to do. So then I picked up Birdie, and ever since then I've never looked back. That guy's got a nice little belly, so got to give him a rub. I don't really probably practice as much as a lot of other people do because I feel as though you could get burnt out with the game. So getting that game time in perfect dosage is very pivotal. Statistically speaking, if you're just looking at our team from results point of view, we've been the top performers in the country, basically, myself and Travis. We've been me recently so far, having the most consistency, winning 4 majors in a row in Australia. So I have absolutely no doubt at all in our play, and we have the capability to absolutely destroy everyone. Ever since the beginning, I always said I was not the villain. That was sort of forced upon me. If people want to think I'm a villain, sure, whatever, I don't give a crap, they're just going to lose anyway.
We're going to come in, we're going to be the ones that people have to beat, and that's actually not going to happen, so we're going to win again.
Now, a formidable foe for every other player. Now, this season, bringing their in-depth knowledge and insights to the game again are our 2 returning casters. He's the man with the closest shave ever, Alex Hart, and the only white guy with dreads that I like, Tom Scott. Over to you guys.
Absolutely. It's going to be another blockbuster season, I think, Ash.
Yeah. Season 1 was crazy. We had Melbourne Order, clean sweep, took the competition. Is it going to happen again this season? What are your thoughts? What are any changes?
I think, well, a lot's changed this season. A few teams have similar rosters as last season, but teams like the Deceptors and Raw and even Ground Zero have shaken things up a little bit. And honestly, I think the competition is raised to Order's level. So it's going to be interesting to see how Order adjust with a team that hasn't really changed much and see how they approach it and lift their game themselves.
All right.
Yeah, I have to go with what Tom was saying as well. And I think Sydney Chiefs were a little bit disappointed with their performance last season, losing out to Melbourne Order in the playoffs. And I spoke to Somniac, the captain of the Sydney Chiefs, earlier this week, and he said they've been training specifically for the boys from Melbourne Order. So it looks like it's going to be another fantastic season of Street Fighter action, Ash.
Love that. A little bit of inside goss. Well, do you think that there is one team this time around that's going to take it away? Who's going to win?
My money's on the Sydney Chiefs, but we'll have to wait until see they get in the playoffs again and see what happens like last season.
Let's see.
I'm a sucker for the underdog team, as I've shown last season as well, and I'm gonna go with Ground Zero. I reckon they're gonna run it back and they're gonna slide in underneath everybody and take it out.
All right, let's find out. Cannot wait to get this all started. Back to you, Luke.
Thanks, legends. The Gfinity Elite Series is a top-tier competition played on this stage in front of a live audience and streaming to the world via Twitch, and we're also now on Facebook, YouTube and Twitter. The first season was a mad success. In fact, there were 4.8 million broadcast views over the 3 games. If you want to know how the competition works, watch this.
Here's a rundown of how the Gfinity Australia Elite Series format works. The tournament will be played out across 3 games: CS:GO, Rocket League and the iconic Street Fighter V. 6 professional esports clubs will go head-to-head over 7 weeks of intense competition. Interstate rivalries will be reignited, and Australia's big city matchups between Sydney and Melbourne will be fierce. Our clubs will kick things off with league play, a 5-week round-robin format that will see them chase a place in the top 4 on the leaderboard to secure a spot in the semi-finals. And remember, teams are not only fighting for glory in each game, but also the overall title of Gfinity Elite Series Club Champion. Besides the coveted title of Elite Series Champion, there's also some serious money on the line with a total prize pool of $225,000. So, bring it on. Let's give it up for our teams who are warmed up, razor sharp, and ready to write some Australian esports history.
And that is the week 1 match schedule we're looking at right now. We've got Sydney Raw taking on Melbourne Order up first in just a sec. Sydney Chiefs taking on Perth Ground Zero then, and Melbourne Avant versing Brisbane Deceptors. Now, last season when Melbourne Order and Sydney Raw met in round 3, it went right down to the wire. ROF narrowly won that encounter 2-1 in the 7th game. If he'd lost that game, things might have been very different for Order. Here's how it went down.
No shimmy, trying to bait something on the factor. Dale, all right, Dale's in big trouble in the corner. ROF moving forward now. Great block from Dale. Dale tries to get under that jump.
Stun
right,
the
no
factor.
confirm. Dale's got to get out of dodge there. That stun meter is quickly building. He's got a V reversal. There's the activation. All right, if Dale's going to make something happen, he's got to make something happen right now.
Yeah, he's almost got super on deck.
All right, here comes the Feng Shui pressure. ROF blocking patiently. Dale's almost got that critical art on deck. He could take this.
Oh my gosh, this is good punish. I love it.
Great punish from Dale. There comes the EX headbutt. It's stuffed by Dale. Here comes the V-trigger activation from ROF. It's his game to take now.
I don't know.
There it is, overhead. ROF takes it 4-3 for Melbourne Order over the Sydney Raw.
Righto, so here is the player roster for our first match of Season 2. A near new look Sydney Raw with Demosk, Kadzao and Waz. New captain Waz. Before we get on to our next team, talk me through a little bit about this lineup.
Well, like I said before, it is a new look lineup. I think Raw went through some changes, losing Acrylic Saint to the crosstown rivals, the Chiefs, and Captain Dale to Order in themselves. Those was a big loss, but I think Damosk is a really nice pickup. I think Fangria and Stevo, the 2 Zeku players, that's also going to be nice in a first-to-1 format as well.
Awesome stuff. Well, defending champs Melbourne Order have stuck with their winning team of Bug, Travis Styles and the captain, ROF. What do you reckon about that, Krishna?
I find it kind of weird that Tom and Alex went Chiefs in Ground Zero, because I'm actually going to say Order's probably going to take out this season back to back. I think especially ROF. ROF for me is the #1 player in Australia right now, just based on form alone. He's had he's versed 2 international players, well-renowned. Sako and Tokido was the other one. And also taking out the 2 most recent regional competitions in Melbourne and Adelaide.
Right.
So he's heading into this with a lot of momentum at his back.
Right, Order's the team to watch again. Well, that's enough talk from us. Let's get the teams out here for our first match of Season 2 Gfinity Elite Series. Please go absolutely nuts for Sydney Raw. Damos, Kadzao and Waz. Beautiful entrance. And taking them on, the reigning champions, you know him, it's the Melbourne Order, make some noise! Oh, some booing for Bug, Travis Styles and ROF. My God. 2 pairs of glasses, what? No, there's not a, come on, okay, what's going on? Whenever you're ready, fellas. Holy dooly, I mean, it does look like the school bullies versus the nerds right now, doesn't it? I mean, hey, I'm a nerd. It's fine. I'm just calling it. This is a full-on first matchup. Look, Waz, are you feeling confident going up against these guys? I mean, they had a huge Season 1.
Look, no expectations, but I'm just keen to see how it goes pretty much. I'm not really worried about anyone on the team in particular. Just going to run my game, see how it goes.
All right, very cool. ROF, I know you're a shy, retiring type, but is there anything you want to say to these guys before we get into it?
Oh, thanks.
Feel free to take it. Yep, no worries.
Hello and welcome to Season 2 of Gfinity.
Anyway, yeah, no, go on.
Or should I say Season 2 of the Order series, actually, because this is actually Order's show. Nobody else's show, let's be real. And, oh, okay, yes. And so what's going to basically be happening is whether you want to see us win or lose, you're here for a reason. And the reason being is us winning, no matter what. And sorry for these guys, but they're just not going to be able to do anything.
Ooh, okay, heavy smackdowns. I think that's enough talk, though. We are about to see the matchup. So they're going to appear just behind you guys. Get ready to turn around and have a look at how it's going to play up. First out, we have, in the first matchup, we have Damosk versus ROF. Then we have Waz versus Travis Styles, Kadzal versus Bug, Damosk versus ROF, Waz versus Travis Styles, Kadzo versus Bug, and in the final 7, if we get there, Damosk versus ROF. People are feeling pretty pumped about that in the arena. I think we've had enough smack talk for now. We need to get into some sweet Street Fighter action here. Guys, get out of here. Go get in the zone. Take off. We're about to kick off here. If you watch Season 1, you know it's going to get real in a minute. Don't go anywhere after the break. Street Fighter 5 action right here on the Gfinity Elite Series.
Coming up, Sydney Raw go head-to-head with Melbourne Order.
RF has a pretty big ego, so I'm not going to say too much about him. I'm just going to wait till we play whatever week that is, and hopefully I'm just going to shut his ego elsewhere out there.
I feel like the only reason there could be a target on my back is for somebody to pump themselves up saying that they're going to be the one to beat this guy, and then unfortunately lose. So if there is a target on my back, it will just backfire.
Street Fighter 5, brought to you by Astro Headsets and Dare Iced Coffee.
Mr. Murray, have you decided on a name?
We're thinking Callum.
Callum Murray.
Callum Murray.
Callum Murray.
Let's make it Jack.
Drink it through with Dare Iced Coffee.
3 days ago, Coda announced that Zero would join Cell 7 in the upcoming Soma Worlds tournament. After so many league victories, switching teams this close to the tournament appears to be a deliberate move to destroy Coda's chance at the title.
Welcome back to the Gfinity Elite Series Street Fighter 5 edition. The players are ready, the casters are ready. There's only one more thing to do. Chris, now I want to ask you, first call of the season, who do you reckon is going to take it out?
I kind of don't want to inflate ROF's ego anymore. But this might be the first team wipe of the series. It might be a 4-0.
Really? You reckon it's going to be 4-0 Melbourne Order?
All right, look, I hope they put up a fight. I'd love to see that, but we'll find out if Kristen is right. That's enough talk from us. Over to you, Tom and Alex. It's time to fight.
Thanks very much, Luke. Live from beautiful Sydney, Australia at the Hoyts Gfinity Esports Arena. It's time to kick off Season 2 of the Gfinity Elite Series, and it gives me great pleasure to say, Tom, it's game day here, and ROF has been talking himself up all morning. Let's see if he can walk the walk against the Sydney Raw here today.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm so happy to be back, Alex. It's just... the atmosphere here is like no other, and I'm so grateful to be back here and back on the desk and at it with this beautiful, beautiful game that is Street Fighter V. And speaking of, we have our first matchup, which is Damosk, a new entrant to the Elite Series, a Balrog player, I believe, up against the villain himself, the hero and the villain ROF. So we're going to be interesting to see how this one goes as we dive into our first game of Season 2. Everybody make some noise, let's go.
All right, both players locked in. Sydney Raw versus Melbourne Order, the first game of Gfinity Elite Series Season 2. And here we go into a round one. And Damosk has got big shoes to fill here in the Sydney Raw. He's got to show he's got what it takes to go up against the menace that is ROF. The ROF show, I think we need to call it.
Yeah, I thought that's what he thinks.
That's what he thinks, yeah.
Got to be able to walk the walk and talk the talk. Now, this is going to be an interesting matchup because with ROF being Travis's teammate, he plays a lot of this matchup, so it's going to be on Damosk to sort of play outside the box here and challenge Birdie in a way that ROF is not used to, Alex.
That's right, and as we get into the first match here, ROF are really having trouble. I mean, Damo having a bit of trouble getting in there. He's having trouble getting in against these long normals.
Oh, here we go,
ROF, but he's got ROF there, but there's the armor straight out of the corner. I like it,
Oh, jump in medium kick. You can see the matchup knowledge here. He just jumped in to blow up that anti-air from Damosk, but good punish on the sweep.
Love the punish with the back punch on the sweep.
Another
throw. Tom, all right, it's anybody's game here. 68 seconds left on the clock. ROF threatening with that command grab. Here comes the victory activation. Great call out there. Oh, this is going to be big damage. That could be it. And there it is, round one to Damosk.
That is a great showing from a new player, Alex. That is an incredible start to the match.
Putting him in his place, Tom.
He baited out ROF and made him take a risk. I don't think he needed to take it.
Oh, look at that. ROF making a statement. There's a second command grab. Is he going to go for a third?
No.
It looks like Damosk is going to take a huge crush counter there on the opening. Damosk is in trouble now in the corner. He's in a stun already. He's got one more hit.
Oh, I love that fair reversal there. Oh, and goes for the cheeky low. Doesn't get punished though. ROF is just playing like a madman though, Alex.
Damosk is in trouble, Tom. He's in big trouble. He's got to get out of this corner. I like the threat with the overhead, but it's not enough. And there's the second round to ROF making a statement, and ROF answers back in round two.
This is how I wanted this to go, Alex. I wanted some tight, quick matches. This is what the pace I want to see from these guys. Let's see if Damosk can adjust now. Oh, big, just EX bullhead out of nowhere.
Look at the bar. Damo's got his 1.5 bars. All right, great block on the overhead from ROF. Nobody seems to be able to block those.
No.
All right, another command grab. He's been going to those all day. ROF's got to start pulling those out. All right, Damosk is at ROF in the corner. He's backing off. He's perhaps a bit of afraid of that EX bullhead out of the corner the 8 before.
This is great corner pressure from Damosk here. The patience is immaculate. He's just sort of waiting for ROF. Oh, now he's just letting him out of the corner.
He uses his own armor, okay. That was about even alive now. 68 seconds left on the clock. The same place we were last round. All right, Damo's in the corner now. He's in trouble, Tom.
Oh, I love that V reversal. ROF has V trigger on deck. Damosk is not going to be allowed to use his now because he's gone for that V reversal.
That's right.
And there he goes, spends it again.
Oh, he goes the armor. And look at that grey life though on Birdie.
Oh,
if ROF takes one tap, oh, look at all that grey life going down. That's in trouble. This could be it, Tom. Oh, great tech. One more hit. Someone comes that is it. Damosk takes out ROF in game one.
What a convincing showing from the newcomer.
Wow.
He just came up in his first week, Alex, and took out the champion. Even ROF has to shake his head at that one. Very impressive play.
GG.
Yeah, great stuff.
GG.
Put it together for the newcomer, Damosk.
I don't believe it, Tom.
You got to be happy with yourself after a showing like that. You know, someone who didn't get in season 1 has come in and just said, "Look, I deserve to be there." And this is the impact that guys like this want to make. You know,
he has marched into Gfinity here into season 2, taken the mic from ROF and said, "No, stop it.
It's the Raw show.
This is my show. This is the Sydney Raw show now."
Oh, I love it. What an incredible start from Damosk.
Fantastic. He couldn't have asked for a better start.
No.
Fantastic.
And it was interesting watching that one as we go into some highlights. I think he distinctively tried to play in a manner that is different to what ROF is used to playing against Travis a lot. So you saw a lot more of an aggressive sort of style, just going for those random EX rush punches that are quick and plus on block. So it's a great option for Balrog to get in. Birdie obviously no slouch at countering Balrog's damage, but Damos just had a bit of a read on how ROF wanted to play, as you can see here, Alex.
And ROF going for a very gutsy headbutt there, but it didn't pay off. And of course, the damage the Balrog doles out when you do make a mistake is massive. And Damos playing a much more aggressive Balrog than Travis Styles. And you can see here ROF having a little bit of trouble trying to adjust to it. And look at the grey life here on ROF in the second round. He was really playing with fire here, and just these lightning quick jabs.
Yeah, the dashes and the jabs, just these little quick low options, just catching ROF a little bit out of unprepared. And it's surprising because from someone of ROF's caliber, you'd expect him to be prepared for the matchup. But I think it's almost like he underestimated Damosk a little bit there, Alex.
That's right. He certainly did, I think, Tom. All right, so we've got our second newcomer up here today. We've got Waz, the child prodigy. He plays a lot of fighting games. He's a very solid competitor. He's not to be underrated, Tom.
No, I've seen him at some various shows and events around the world, fighting in tournaments, getting top 8 placings in multiple games. It's his first take on a professional Street Fighter event of this caliber, so it's going to be interesting to see how he travels.
That's right. Okay, and he's going to be repping Colin. He actually used to be a Balrog player himself, so he will know the matchup. Let's get into it. Game number 2, Sydney Roar up 1-0 against the Melbourne Order. And Waz is going to be looking to continue the beginner's luck that Damos had in the first game against ROF. And I think Travis here is under strict instructions from his team captain, ROF, to win.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get into it. Round 1. Sydney Roar is up 1-0 against Melbourne Order.
And this is a great character to be showcasing here because you didn't see any Colleen first season, and Waz is probably one of, if not the best Colleens in the country. So it's going to be great for our viewers to see something different here, Alex.
That's right. And Travis just bulldozing Waz into the corner now. Waz is off with a hold down back, just waiting to see what Travis wants to do next. He's opting not to tech here now, right? Makes a great escape out of the corner. Travis still not going for a throw, just kind of walking Waz down at the moment. Waz trying to get his bearings. 74 seconds left on the clock. Here comes Travis Styles. He's got Waz in the corner. All right, I like that air-to-air. That's the second time he's gone for that, Tom.
Back throw. Okay, here we go. Travis just fighting out of the corner. Travis seems to just have a little bit of a read on how Waz wants to play this matchup, Alex, and it seems a bit hard for Waz, being a very patient player, which is what Travis's strength is too. So it's just going to be interesting to see the exchanges.
Exactly.
Here.
All right, great confirm off the standing light kick. Here comes the V-trigger activation. That standing hard punch is going to be powered up from Waz. Travis has got to watch out. 48 seconds left on the clock. And a great neutral jump baited from Travis Styles. Here comes Waz trying to make something happen. Waz pushing forward. Doesn't go for the throw. Misses the meaty. Waz. Trav doesn't opt to it. Okay. Waz opting to back off a little bit now. He's trying to get Travis to hang himself.
He didn't super.
He didn't miss the super. That's right, Tom.
He could have critical out and won this round, and now it's gone.
And that is it. An unfortunate drop there for Waz. He almost had it there in round 1. Let's see if he can bring it back in round 2. You'll notice he does have the full critical art on deck there, as opposed to Travis, who has no resources left yet. He's got to build up that EX meter as fast as he can.
Yeah, so he has an advantage. A good use of Colleen's V skill as an anti-air there. I love that option.
And the damage there. Look at the damage that does.
It's an excellent option for Colleen's to use. They just have to know how to utilize it, as it is a rather slow button, but it's a very powerful one. Speaking of powerful, Colleen's V-Trigger 2 is one of the best and most underrated, in my opinion, V-Triggers in the game, but don't worry about it because it's
the other head. All right, Tom, he's almost all over. And a filthy mix-up there from Waz. I like it. The second one. And that is a stun. Waz is going to take round 2 in stunning fashion. Great play. Look at Travis saying, what happened there? What happened?
What is this character? How does she work? So that's what I was talking about, the power of that V-Trigger 2 that Colleen utilizes. She can just steal rounds from you at the blink of an eye. She's an incredibly underrated character in my honest opinion.
I like this. All right, it's really important that Melbourne Order doesn't go down 0-2 in this pivotal first game, Tom.
Yeah, no, they need to turn things around now. Travis needs to pick up the pace and show the true competitor's nature.
And a big crush coming in. That's going to hurt. Waz already down to 50%, but we'll show it didn't happen. This is what happened last time, Tom.
Yeah.
And Waz was able to come back with just one V-trigger activation. That V-reveal was going to hit. Look at all that grey life on Waz. All right, fighting out of the corner there. I like it. Here comes Waz as he got a set up. Doesn't go for the meaty. Travis is opting to back off now. Big swing with the dash straight.
Here we go. Travis in
there's the other hand. That's going to seal it. Not just yet. And got to the fourth throw, and that is it. GG. And Travis taking it to 1-all. One bit of thuggery there. I like it. All right, it's 1-all Sydney Roar versus the Melbourne Order. And up next, we're going to have Kadzal versus Bug. But Waz played very well in that second round. I was impressed, Tom.
No, that was a great showing from Waz. I think for someone who's new to the game, or not new to the game, but new to the series, he did show a strong impact against a character and a player like Travis, who I think sort of naturally counters his playstyle. Waz likes to play a game that forces people to come to them, and what we're going to see here in Game 2 is Waz is trying to be patient and wait for Travis to make a mistake here, but Waz isn't getting anything. Travis just would not bite, and you saw this firm control, and he just sort of beat Waz at his own game, Alex.
That's right, and that fantastic confirm off the standing light kick there in round 1. Those are the type of confirms you've got to make. And you can see here Waz coming with his filthy Colleen setup. It just goes to both sides. And to the other side, whips the normal to kill the frames. I like it.
Oh, man, shout-outs to our Neon Verter. He'd be very impressed with that one.
Fantastic, and that's the type of plays you've got to make here at the Gfinity Elite Series if you want to beat players like Travis Styles. And here we go into the third and final round here.
And the interesting thing about that is you see he went for the same setup, but Travis opted to do a delay rise instead of a quick rise there, and it blows up that mix-up because then Colleen can't pass through you and can't get that mix-up.
Right. And poor Wazzy knows he dropped it there, but a fantastic showing there for his first game here at Gfinity. And the bullies are going through. It is 1-1, Sydney Raw versus Melbourne Raw. Up next, we're going to have Kadzal versus Bug. Both of these players featured in Season 1 heavily, and they're back in Season 2 of the Gfinity Elite Series. And you can see Kadzo with his very unique headwear there. He's dressed to impress. And Bug's going to be repping his filthy Ibuki, one of the best players in the game, characters in the game, I have to say.
I would say,
if not the best character in the game.
Yeah, and this is a hard character matchup for Kadzal as well as a player. I've noticed he's played Bug a lot, and he seems to struggle with the way that Ibuki kind of functions and the way that Bug plays. Bug is a very, very disrespectful man.
Yes.
Let's put that out. He enjoys robbing you, and he'll laugh at you while he's doing it. And Kadzal is someone who needs to be able to keep his momentum to be able to stay on top. That's something that he's been working on. So this is going to be a big test for him as we dive into this Game 3. Who's going to go up 2-1? We're going to find out right now. Dalsim versus Ibuki, Kadzal versus Bug. Let's get into it, Alex.
And Bug has got a healthy amount of disrespect coming into this match, as you should if you're on the Melbourne Order, I think.
Yeah, I feel like he fits. For someone who's not quite as spoken as Travis and ROF, he's a good fit for this roster, I think, because he just doesn't care what you think, and he enjoys your pain, I think.
That's right. All right, Bug just trying to work out how to get in past those limbs of Dalsim now. Kadzal just harassing with that standing hard punch. All right, great drill. Bug doesn't opt to finish the target combo. He knows that's safe. Great jump in. This is going to be big damage. Bug moving forward now.
Wake up jab.
Kadzal, I like it.
Oh, I like that little escape option. Strong use of Dalsim's tools here.
Oh, let's go with that. All right, he's going to get a juggle off this one. And look at that damage from the single V-School. Which the standing heavy kick. I like it.
Oh, here we go.
Down goes the V-School. All right, he's out of the boiler room. Kadzal opting to back off a bit, trying to get Bug to come to him. Bug trying to make something happen now. He's down to about 40%, 60 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, gets caught by the X-Kunai. That was nuts. Oh, can he confirm too far, though, for any kind of real damage? The Kunai down.
The Kunai, and no one blocks the Kunai at that angle, I tell you.
Yeah, no, that's part of one of Ibuki's biggest strengths is that Kunai dump fake cross-up tool. It is so disgusting, Alex. It hurts my soul.
Oh, and a great teleport just baiting out the reversal there from Bug.
Oh, no. Little input error there from Kadzal. It's all falling apart a little bit.
Kadzal's in trouble now. He's finding himself in the corner. Bug pressuring now. Great Yoga Flame out from the corner from Kadzal. Missing out now. I like it.
That was super meaty.
He's got a stun on Bug already. All right, he's got to make sure this counts. All right, good.
Goes for the reset.
Slide into the corner, slide, reset.
Oh, just lets it rip.
And just catches the jump back there. He was trying to get away from him too quickly. He knew that V-trigger was
here comes the Yoga Carpet. One more hit here, and there it is.
And the second round goes to Kadzal of the Sydney Raw.
This is massive. If the Raw can get up here, they're going to be up 2-1 against the defending champs.
They're doing much better than expected, I think, here today, Tom. Kadzal taking it to Bug now, showing he's not afraid. He's got Bug in the corner already. Bug trying to get away with the V-skill.
Oh, the jump.
All right, that's going to hurt. All right, he's going to finish with the rider.
Oh, Lord. All right, air gale out. Bug showing matchup knowledge here, blowing up Kadzal every time he goes back to Yoga
reversal. This is going to hurt. There's the meaty. This is going to be big damage with the V-trigger.
Ooh,
here comes the 50-50. And that is it. And you can see Bug taking out round 3, and Kadzal goes down to Bug's Ibuki of the Melbourne Order. Just like that, Tom.
Oh, that was a great showing from Kadzal, though. He just kind of got Ibuki'd. I think that's just the nature of Bug's play.
He got Ibuki.
That's just the nature of how Bug plays the game. He just charges for that V-trigger immediately and then dives into it, gets that reset scenario, makes you guess, and that's just why Ibuki is such a strong character in this game.
And I'm supposed to be impartial, Tom, but I really hope she gets nerfed in Season 4. I'm just saying.
Don't we all? Let's look at some highlights.
After all the salt from online, let's have a look. All right, here we can see Kadzal trying to get an early lead here against Bug. Bug just dashing away from that early V-trigger. And you can see a great drill catching the forward dash. Doesn't finish the target combo there, Bugots to back off. Another fantastic drill from Kadzo, just trying to get away from this pressure from Bug.
You can see a lot of matchup knowledge from both players here. With that kunai jump, it's so gross, Alex.
Right.
It's like, it looks like they're going to jump over you, but then you release the kunai and land on the same side. So everybody swaps their block and then just gets hit. But speaking of, look at this incredibly strong round 2 from Kadzo.
That's right, just doling out the damage here and just trying to get out of dodge before that V-Trigger could activate, just a bit too late. And a nice healthy chunk of damage followed up by a forward throw. There's another V-Trigger from Kadzo and just closes out the round with a standing medium punch to finish it.
Yeah, it's interesting because Dalsim known as that zoning character, you know, but you can play him in a very aggressive style, and I think Kadzo does a good job of that. However, it didn't really work for him this round, with Bug showing off here some dirty Ibuki resets. There's the Shuriken.
And the 50-50 and just the wrong side, unfortunately. And that will close it out. That is the name of the game with Ibuki.
Yeah.
It's all happening right here on Street Fighter V. And what a match we're having here. What did you think about that match, Tom?
It was an incredible game, I think. I think Dalsim is naturally kind of countered by Ibuki because of the nature of the way Ibuki plays. And I was very impressed with how Kadzo actually carried himself. He stayed composed when things fell apart a little bit, which is something that I know he's been working on. And I'm very impressed with how he played. However, Bug is just Bug. Bug is probably the best Ibuki in the country right now. He's on the winning side. He's got a lot of momentum going forwards, and he plays a character that peaks and eats momentum for breakfast.
That's right, and you can see when he starts to lose, he just starts walking forward and pressuring with that standing medium kick. That's the Bug style. I was having a few games with him last night, and he's so good at that. He's such a threat.
He's nuts. That's
anyway,
terrifying.
we're going to go back across to Luke for the debrief, guys. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Man, this is a tight match. Let's have a look at how it's been playing out so far. This is what's happened. So, yeah, Damos taking down ROF, which no one would have seen coming. But then Waz and Kadzo both going down to Melbourne Order in the next 2 games. Let's find out what happens. This is still anyone's match. Who knows? This is Street Fighter V Gfinity Elite Series Season 2. We're going to take a short break. Don't go anywhere. See you soon.
We create machines that make every experience more intense and real. With Intel Core processors so powerful, you can redefine reality. Because the best feature of a gaming machine is the power to make you forget it's there.
Welcome back, and if you're curious where we are, we're right here at the Hoyts Gfinity Esports Arena in the Entertainment Quarter in Sydney. If you want to get yourself out here, it's an awesome time. There's cafes, restaurants, shops, and of course, the Hoyts Movie Theatre Complex. Gfinity studio is right in the middle of that. Come on down, get a ticket. It's a pretty awesome day, and we'd bloody love to have you. Krishna, is that how you saw that playing out? I mean, Order are coming in strong, but there was a lot of... I don't think anyone expected that from Raw so early, yeah?
Yeah, 2 minutes in and Deimos has already proven me wrong.
Yeah.
Some expert I turned out to be.
How do you think it's going to play out, the rest of this?
Order can't get complacent. That's what I think happened. I think ROF got a bit too overconfident. He does that a lot. But I think he got way... I don't think they totally underestimated this Raw team. They're not the Raw team of last season. That's definitely not this team.
Do you think Raw can take this match?
Now that I've seen it, I'm a lot more confident.
Wow.
Because a lot of those rounds went a lot closer and it could have gone either way.
Well, I'm not biased, but we do love an underdog story. We'll see how this plays out. Let's get back into the game. Over to you, Alex and Tom. It's time to fight.
Welcome back, everybody. We are at the Hoyts Gfinity Esports Arena here for Gfinity Elite Series Season 2, and we are diving into Game 4, Alex. Order are currently up 2-1 on the Sydney Raw, and we are looking at a big match now, a run back, if you will, for Deimos and ROF. Alex, what do you think is going to happen in this pivotal Game 4?
I'd like to see Damo take out ROF again, because ROF has proved today that the RO stands for really overconfident already. But,
you've been cooking that one up for a while, haven't you, Alex?
But in all seriousness, I think Damo can take this again, Tom. I really think he can.
Yeah, well, I really liked the way he approached the matchup. He did a lot of things that I don't think Balrog had expected to do. He played in a much more aggressive style than I think ROF was ever expecting, and then that overconfidence and then the surprise just caught him off guard a little bit, and he ended up flustered.
Yeah.
So I like the approach from Damo. That's a very professional and thoughtful approach to the matchup. So let's see how we go into this next game.
All right, it's going to be a rematch, Tom. All right, it's going to be ROF versus Demos again, and it's up to Demos to take it once again to ROF, the really overconfident captain of Melbourne Order. And I have to say, Tom, I'm looking to see Damo take this one out again.
Yep.
Damo, the newcomer to the Gfinity Elite Series, he's showing ROF how it's done.
Yep.
ROF getting suited up, he's ready to roll. He's not screwing around anymore.
Yeah,
Tom.
he actually had the sunglasses off.
He's
Alex.
got the sunglasses.
Oh, good.
All right, let's get into it.
Immediately. All right, back throw. Okay, now this is pressure time for Birdie. Walk forwards. Oh, got to fight out of the corner now, Damos. Let's see what he can do.
All right, ROF keeping Damo out with those long-reaching Birdie normals. There's a command grab. ROF moving in now on Damos. Doesn't go for the meaty. ROF's not biting.
No, it's patience here from both players a little bit. ROF trying to... fights out of the corner. Big crush count. Oh, just catches him in the air.
Damo swinging out the corner. Here comes the feature activation. Just misses the meaty throw, unfortunately. All right, here comes the EX Bullhead.
Oh, went for a bit too greedy of a punish here, but now we've got a lot of damage coming from back.
Block on the overhead. You've got to be able to block those, Tom. All right, here comes ROF. He's down to about 10% now, Damo. He's got to make something happen. 59 seconds left on the clock. There's the sweep.
By a sweep. Oh, is that? What is he doing? He's dancing a little bit in the back corner.
He's teabagging, I think. There he is. He's just putting to sleep like a deer in the headlights. And ROF takes round one with a very sneaky EX Sultan dive, Tom.
I don't think he was very impressed with that showing from Damos. Let's hope he didn't spend it before he gets it. Let's see a turnaround from the Sydney Chiefs player right now. Aggressive start. Now all of a sudden Birdie is in the corner.
Damo coming out swinging. All right, he's got ROF in the corner. ROF looks like he's in trouble. Trying to get out. Gets crush cornered with the sweep. Kills the frames with the overhead on the slow rise.
He dropped the combo though, Alex. Disappointing stuff.
Two command grabs in a row. Can we see a third? No, he's going to go for a normal grab. But he's going for a third one. ROF is playing dirty. Damask is almost just stunned. He's got to get out of here now.
Here we go.
Target combo into the beat trigger activation. I like it. Damask down to about 40% now. 68 seconds left on the clock.
He dropped the combo.
This is not good. This is not looking good for Damask. All right, here we go. Trying to make something happen here now.
Goes for the meaty.
Damo. All right, it's time for ROF to activate now. Goes for another sneaky command grab. This is Damo's round to take. Bets it all on the headbutt, and is now one round apiece.
My gosh, if Damos 2-0s ROF, this is going to be an incredible showing, Alex. I don't know how to feel about this. Damos just, he's dropping a couple of things this game. You can see the nerves kind of getting in a little bit here, but he still managed to take a round.
Look at these command grabs coming out from ROF. He's already got Damos down to about 50%, and he's playing very aggressively, trying to put Damo off his game, but Damo just looking cool, calm, and collected. You can see here in the top left corner of your screen.
Good
for another grab, using that can as a shield to get in. All right, Damo down to about 30%, huge life deficit now.
Oh my lord, what is happening?
Swinging for the fences with these dash punches. Goes for a regular grab, but Roth is ready for it. this is the answer. All right, Damo's in trouble, down to about 5%.
Yeah,
You've got to
one
make
more
something
hit.
happen now.
Oh,
And ROF is just hiding behind that banana. He said, you've got to come to me if you want to make something happen here.
Oh, big.
Damo backing off.
Big moment here for Damos. We've got to make something happen.
Damo pushing hard with the V-trigger now. All right, great V-reversal from ROF. He's not going to put up with any of it. Again, using that banana as a shield, and he's just aggressively teabagging, trying to get Damo to commit to something. All right, Damo backing off, good blocking.
There it is. And ROF takes it in a fairly convincing fashion. Order are now up 3-1 against the Sydney Raw. After such a strong start for the Raw, Alex, it's all just sort of started falling apart a little bit.
It's all starting to fall into place, into Melbourne Order's place, Tom.
Yes. Although I did say it was the Order show, Alex. I mean, I'm not too sure about that myself. I'd rather everybody else's show, but you know, it is what it is. However, right now we are watching Order play, so let's just dive into some highlights in a moment, and we're going to show you exactly how that round went. But before we do that, Alex, give me a quick rundown. How do you feel?
Look, I feel like both rounds went a lot closer. Damoska's doing a lot better than we initially expected him to do. I mean, he did take that first game against ROF, but ROF just bringing out the aggressiveness with the command grabs in this round. He went to the command grabs so many times, caught Damos like a deer in the headlights there with that EX Dolphin dive. And you can see here just the thuggery coming out on display here with ROF, trying to put Damo off his game. And you can see here just closing it out with that EX Dolphin dive. Nobody manages to block those or get out of those. It's a deer in the headlights every time. And Damo put up a very valiant fight here in the second round, but just trying to get through ROF's defense here. Does manage to get a round on the board here in the second round. Great air-to-air there from Damos, trying to close it out here against ROF. And ROF activating the V-trigger here now. Both players being very conservative in the neutral here. And ROF answering back and bet it all on the headbutt there, ROF.
Getting into this last round, and Damos had to make something happen here, and you could see that ROF was confident in that. It just waited it out, Alex. And this patience from him, even though he's kind of playing with his food a little bit, that is still intelligent play.
Absolutely.
He's just making it look like he's not. And how did that make
Absolutely, and just baiting Damos into doing something unsafe, and finally Damos just dumping a dash punch in there, and ROF closing out with a crouching light punch.
And speaking of closing it out, it's time to reward all you loyal viewers at home. If you would please head over to incentloyalty.com and gfinity.incentloyalty.com and look at the drop code that is about to appear on your screens and earn some currency. However, make sure you get onto it because you have a limited amount of time from now to use that drop code GKO and get paid, guys.
Get paid. I like those words, Tom.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, and it's a great association we've got with these guys.
Like those two words. All right, let's get into game number 5, and it's going to be Waz versus Travis Styles, another rematch. And we're going to see here Waz with his Colleen doing very well against Travis, but Travis just edging it out in that previous game. And let's see if Waz has adjusted this time. You can see he's locked in, ready to go, and Waz, a veteran of many fighting games. Both players locked in now. Colleen versus Balrog. Waz, of course, playing Balrog himself last season in Season 2, and it's up to Waz now to bring it back for Sydney Raw, as this is match point for Melbourne Order, Tom.
Yeah, it is. It's going to have to do something now. It's time for your new captain to step up. He stepped into this role as a newcomer.
He's yawning. He's yawning, Tom.
Oh, come
Just
on.
another day in the office at Gfinity of match point. All right, here we go into round 1. Great opening with the dash punch there from Travis, but Waz is going to punish him. I like that confirm off the standing light punch again.
And then, that's an interesting thing about Colleen is she has that arching fireball that you see just there, and Colleen can get massive damage off of that, but that V-skill is not safe, and Travis making sure that Waz does not get away with it, Alex.
That's right, and a great trade off there. Fantastic play. This is going to be massive damage. All right, time for Waz to set something up here. Here we go. Here comes the patented Waz mix-up. He's got Travis in the corner. Travis is in trouble to win this game to close it out for the Melbourne Order. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough. He's got the start, and round 1 goes to Waz.
That was an incredibly strong round, Alex.
Travis nodding his head. He knew he took that one fair and square.
This is what I expected from Waz coming into this. I've been saying that Waz is an incredibly underrated Street Fighter V player, and I expected this kind of tempo and this kind of aggressive style from him going in. Even though he's a patient player, I expected him to really start making a name for himself in this game.
One of the younger players here at the Gfinity Elite Series. He's got those young man reactions, Tom. He's able to do those fantastic confirms, and look at that fantastic standing heavy kick crush counter. All right, he's putting out the meaty pressure now on Travis. Travis just playing classic Travis here at the moment. Down back, just waiting for his opening, and tries to jump out of that ice mix-up early. There's the V reversal to stuff the neutral jump.
It's not really
out of the corner now, but Travis is already down 50%. He's in trouble, Tom. Who's seeking a turnaround?
Yeah, no, this patient style isn't working for Travis anymore. Waz has adjusted a little bit here, which is the way that you can tell a professional player, is that he saw that his game plan wasn't working. And
jump, all right, Travis calling out the parry. He's going to get rewarded now. Doesn't capitalize, unfortunately.
No.
Waz turning up the pressure now. Here comes the V trigger. Again, Travis going for that V reversal. He's not going to be able to pop his own V-trigger.
Oh, what just happened, Alex?
Wow.
This V-trigger is nuts. It's so hard to track what's happening here. And even with such a good capitalization from Travis, and there's another one. He's still at a life deficit, Alex.
Travis turning up the volume now. Waz in serious trouble. There's the throw. One more hit and he's going to be stunned. And that is it. Travis like that. Travis taking round 2.
That was a quick turnaround there. Waz was in firm control, but Travis just waited and seized the opportunity to play his game, Alex. And now we are going into match point for order. So Waz is going to have to start fighting.
Waz has got to win this round if he wants to keep Sydney Raw in this competition. All right, Waz has got full resources up. He's got the full critical art on deck. Travis knows this and is going out. He's decided that offense is the best defense here, Tom.
I think so. This is not a good start for the Raw's captain here.
All right, Waz has got to get out of there. All right, I love that air-to-air, just saving himself from the stun. That stun meter going down. But Travis turning up the offense now. He wants to close this out for Melbourne Order. All right, here comes Waz. Waz with the feature activation. He's got to make something happen now. 69 seconds left on the clock. Pushing. Waz.
Expect Travis to just block here and V reversal. Oh, why did he press a button? He got away with murder there, Alex.
I know, and that standing heavy punch, that's so good when Travis is right on the V-trigger. All right, here comes Waz. He's got the throw in the corner. Travis is in trouble.
Oh, he missed the anti-air and Travis didn't capitalize. This is getting nuts, Alex. I don't know how to call this.
Oh, this could be it. All right, Travis has got it.
Oh, they're both swift throws.
He's got one more hit. He's got to take this for Melbourne Order. Travis, one more hit to take it for Melbourne Order. To take it 4-1 over the Sydney Raw. Waz trying desperately to stay alive. Travis waiting for Waz to hang himself.
Yeah, no, 35 seconds coming up.
Travis, 35 seconds remaining on the clock. Travis trying to get Waz to hang himself. Travis pushing forward, big swing. All right, Waz being very measured in the approach. Goes for the overhead. It's a bit too far. He's facing it incorrectly. And that is it. It's all over. Melbourne Order takes it 4-1 over Sydney Raw. GG.
Oh, man. That last round was so tense, Alex.
It was.
I was shaking my boots. I didn't know what to say.
It wasn't the usual pyrotechnics of a Street Fighter V round. Very measured play from both competitors, Tom.
Yeah.
But that's the type of adaptation you've got to see from professional level Street Fighter V play. But Travis Styles prevailing for Melbourne Order, making up for ROF's earlier misstep against Demosk.
Yeah, that was a strong close. That's what we expected from this team. We expected business. It's business. This isn't pleasure, it's business. They're here to work, they're here to get the job done. And that's what we saw in those last 4 games after that first misstep from ROF. But outside of that, I am very impressed with this new Sydney Raw team. This is a new bunch of guys for the most part. And, nerves have to be at play here under the glitz and glamour of the Hoyt's Gfinity Esports arena. Yet they performed very well, and I was very impressed with how they played. And let's have a look at this replay here. And what a great parry. We're using one of Colleen's best tools there to get big damage. And then another use of her tools to get a great amount of damage here. And this first round was a wash.
It was fantastic, and I love that shimmy to close out round 1 from Waz. He knows what he's doing with Colleen.
Oh, yeah.
And he's putting on a great showing here at the Gfinity Elite Series. Fantastic first round there from Waz. You'll see Travis turn up the volume here in round number 2, but still playing a very measured, very competitive style of play. He loves to hold down back Travis, and a fantastic confirm off the crouching medium punch there. And just, I think, correct going for a throw tech there, Waz was, and 8. That huge damage on that neutral jump into the stun there from Travis in round number 2. Round number 3, a very conservative style of play from both characters.
Yeah, it was.
And you can see here 52 seconds left on the clock. And we've got another 15 seconds or so after this to close it out.
This was when it got scary for me personally, Alex. It's just these two players. Look at this patience from the two of them. And then Waz started sniffing at a comeback here. It looked like the momentum was starting to shift. But Travis used the power of nothing, the reuse secret technique to just sort of walk Waz back to the corner. And then
you can see here Waz waiting for a dash punch from Travis Styles. He wants to hit it with a standing roundhouse crush counter.
And there it is.
But Travis is closing out with that. I think it's a 3-frame crouching jab or a 4-frame.
4-framer.
And they're so hard to block those. Very well played by Melbourne Order, closing it out in 4 straight games after they lost the first round, Tom. That was a fantastic showing and what we've come to expect from the Melbourne Order, and we haven't seen the last of Sydney Raw, Tom. We're going to see them again
most certainly
next week.
I am excited to see where that team goes, and I'm excited to see what is up next. So we are going to send it over to Luke, and we are going to see what's going on. What's going on, guys?
Melbourne Order absolutely storming their way into Season 2. Let's look at the final scoreline of that first match. This is how it played out, guys. So, yes, there were signs of life at the start. Demosk took down ROF. No one expected that, but then it was all one-sided. I mean, they were still in it. They were still in it, but the rest of the games went all Melbourne Order's way. Eventually, 4-1 is how it played out. Pretty rough stuff, but I mean, they've come back and they're here to dominate. So exciting stuff. But right now, we have to check in with Ash, because for every team that wins, there is a losing team as well. So how's Waz doing, Ash?
Hey Waz, how you going? It's your first time playing at Gfinity. Welcome. Unfortunately, you did have a bit of a loss, but how does it feel playing here today?
It feels so good. You know, I'm not usually considered a Street Fighter player, but the fact that this is the first week and I've already shown that I can compete with anyone pretty much is pretty sick.
Yeah, it was really cool to see. And did you expect when Damos shut down ROF, was that something you were expecting? It was really awesome to watch as ROF was actually smiling. It seemed like a really fun match to be a part of.
Yeah, honestly, I wasn't surprised. Damos, especially in this format, is a really strong player. You know, he has an aggressive style, but he can also switch it up pretty fast. And yeah, it definitely felt good to see ROF lose. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think people were expecting him maybe to play a little bit better, only considering Travis does tend to play Balrog and he may be used to that matchup. But I found it very fascinating to watch. You guys are playing so well. What are you hoping to work on for next week?
I'm not too sure exactly. I think the lineup, the way the order was and the way the team is right now, it actually felt really good. Like, I'm not disappointed in any way. Like, we're all pretty happy with how it went. I think, personally, for myself, just need to put more time into the game now and so I can come back and beat everybody.
I love that. All right, happy practicing. I will see you later, and back to you right now, Luke.
Give it up for Sydney Raw, guys. Put in a valiant effort. Come on, make some noise for him. Well, sitting at the desk right now, though, we do have Bug. No ROF. Is he taking a break? He's gone to the spa already.
Yeah, I don't think he's really worried about Raw. Doesn't want to talk about them. They're not really worth it. So.
Oh, my God.
I also don't think...
Is this massive shade you're throwing? We can't even get the captain because that much wasn't worth it? That is rough.
I just don't think the seat could handle the massive head that ROF has.
That's what it is. It's like one of those bubble ones that you have in the car, isn't it? Hey, Bug, was that just paint by numbers for you guys? Was that just another day at the office?
That was props to those guys. That was closer than we thought. But they got the 4-1, not the 4-0, so that's good. Yeah, it was pretty fun. To be expected.
Is that how you expected them to play, style-wise?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
The only wild card really was their captain Waz. He's a bit sort of reclusive, and he plays in our rest games a lot. But he's actually got a pretty good call in, so did a nice couple of tricks on the stream. It was cool.
Okay, very cool. Well, we're going to get into some analysis right now. Let's talk through some rounds. Take us through it, Krishna. What are we looking at?
Speaking of Waz, we're actually going to look at his effort first to break the wall that was Travis Styles. As we freeze it there, and we just wind back a little bit as we come back. Now, on this air reset, as we're about to see, he can pick what side he'll be on, and he'll do that with a stand light kick. The stand light kick will move him slightly forward to be on the other side of Travis Styles. Travis has to guess which way he wants to block. As we play continues, and we see that there's the kick, and there's the stand light kick to end up on the other side. It's such a clever move to wait, and that's how he got his stun, and that's how he ended that round.
Exciting stuff from Waz. Great to have him on board for Season 2. What else do we want to take a look at, Krishna?
Well, I'm glad I have Bug here, actually, because I want to discuss how strong Ibuki is, and we're about to see exactly that right here. Because the V-skill is the thing that we always talk about in Australia. I don't think it's starting to become more known around the world, but especially because of you specifically, is the strength of Ibuki's V-skill. Can you talk to me about that?
Well, it retracts your hurt box, so they're trying to hit you with a block string that works on everyone else. You'll end up V-skilling them and winning, basically. Building V-meter, getting corner carry, get a setup.
I'm glad you said building V-meter, because as we're about to see in this clip right now, you had your V-trigger so early in the round, you didn't lose that much health. They're already here. You'll see one hit. There it is. Oh, no, it's not. It's right here. So it's after this throw, and we'll get to see, bang. And we already see that Kadzao is already at 50%, but with one mix-up to end on the left side, we can choose which way, and that's how you ended that round so quickly, and you didn't really risk that much either.
Yeah, exactly. That was like Kadzao's fault a bit. He was mashing a lot on up to throw. You're +5 in the corner, so yeah, he pretty much has to hold a lot of pressure, so that allowed me to get the V-trigger and win. What's
the kind of things that you look for to analyze those kind of plays and then make a decision based off that? What do you look for?
Well, you see me kind of going for like a shimmy sort of setup, which is basically threatening the thrower and then trying to mix them up. And on all of the situations, he was mashing, so it's like when I had him in the corner, I had my chance to activate V-trigger, seal the deal, and that's it.
Nice. Are you looking forward to the following weeks?
Oh, definitely. It's going to be fun. Hopefully we can take it out again.
Yeah, we'll see if it's the Melbourne Order Show as predicted by ROF, who was too busy to join us. That's fine. Right now, Krishna, it's time to reveal the MVP for that match. So this season at Gfinity, there is a new point system, a 3-2-1 point system for our MVP. A tally is going to be kept throughout the season, and Astro will be giving a super prize to the player with the most points at the end of the season.
Say it again.
So, Krishna, who have we got today? Where are the points going?
Well, I'm going to give 1 and 2 points respectively to the 2 Raw players that really stood out for me. That was Damosk and Waz. Especially, I don't think that they could bring that sort of heat to this kind of competition, especially Damos, who is more of an online player, and we don't get to see him that much offline. And then Damos bringing not so much his SF5 tech, but he's actually his competitive tech, his top 8 finishes. And you could be able to see that on stage. He wasn't that nervous at all. But it's going to be Travis Styles for me as the MVP for this tournament, recovering from ROF's misstep on the first round.
Not here to defend himself. We'll get stuck in. Keep going.
But he's really that Mr. Consistency that we saw from season 1, and he's carrying that over to be the anchor for this team. That kind of, that shoulder that we lean on, that we want to lean on.
Yeah, well, congratulations, Travis Styles. You're the MVP for that match. Well played. Now, Alienware have a new 15-inch gaming laptop to give away to one lucky viewer. There are a number of ways you can enter, which you'll find out on our website, gfinityesports.com.au. The coolest way, I believe, I can't believe I'm saying that, I didn't write this, guys. The coolest way is to take a selfie in the Alienware activation zone in our arena here and submit it for bonus entries. That'll give you more chances to win this sweet piece of kit. Anyway, check it out, and you could be the lucky one. On the other side of this break, though, Sydney Chiefs throw it down to Perth Ground Zero in match 2. This is Street Fighter 5, brought to you by Dare Ice Coffee and Astro headsets. Don't go anywhere.
Mr. Murray, have you decided on a name?
We're thinking Callum.
Callum Murray.
Callum Murray.
Callum Murray.
Let's make it Jack.
Drink it through with Dare Iced Coffee.
guys, and welcome back to the Gfinity Elite Series presented by Alienware. I'm here with Kay Sura, a player from the Brisbane Deceptors. You guys are up soon. I'm so pumped to see you play. Is this your first time here at Gfinity?
Yeah, it is. Really pumped to go play against Avant. Rumours. I'm coming for Rumours, definitely. I'll go in for his head.
So you have a very interesting name. Can you tell me a bit about it?
All right, so I had a really bad name like when I was younger, and I was like, I need to get rid of this name. So I went to a random word generator, hit the button once. This name Kay Sura came up, and I was like, that sounds really cool. And I went to a dictionary, looked at what it meant, and it means it's a pause in poetry and music in Latin. It's a symbol. So,
Oh, I like it. That is really, really cool. I should do that and get my rapper name or something. So is there any matchups today that you're a little bit concerned about? You guys are the last match of the day.
Yeah, I really don't want to play against Space Ghost. I don't like Guile. I'm not a big fan of the Guile, you know. Always taking guesses in his favor. It's not very fun. But I reckon I can beat him anyway. Pretty free.
Well, I'm interested to see who you're going to be playing today because I've heard you tend to play a lot of characters. You've got a lot in your pocket. Why is that?
Over time, I kind of, every week I was like, oh, you know, this character's my new main. And over time, I've kind of just built up a roster of every character. And yeah, I'm just going to counterpick them.
Well, I look forward to your choices and I look forward to watching you play with the guys, and best of luck. Thanks for chatting.
No worries.
All right, back to you, Luke, at the desk.
Awesome to have new talent here on Season 2. Very excited. Let's get into the next matchup, though. Sydney Chiefs are taking on Perth Ground Zero. Let's have a look at the Sydney Chiefs lineup first. This is what they're bringing to the table this season. What do you reckon, looking at that, Krishna?
Well,
Formidable?
It's the core lineup that we saw last season. And again, these guys were the favourites running into Season 1. And I think they took it for granted, maybe just a little bit, because they certainly didn't live up to the expectations they have of themselves, especially.
So they would have beat themselves up pretty hard, I reckon. They would have gone away and they'd be training, yeah?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah. So let's have a look at Perth Ground Zero. This is what Perth Ground Zero are bringing to the table. We have almost a similar lineup. We've got Freezer in there now. So
yeah,
talk
you were
me through
different
it.
from Freezer. I actually really like this because Freezer is from himself, Perth.
Right.
So I like that he's part of his hometown and he gets to represent the WA FGC.
Yes.
Which is really awesome to see. But again, Rups and Seo, I'm super glad they're back.
Yeah, sweet stuff. Let's have a look right now because last season's finalists, Perth Ground Zero, played Sydney Chiefs in the third round. Dookie T in particular was unbeatable that day, so let's check it out.
He's got the critical art on deck, so when he can look quickly. Here comes Dookie T with his own trigger. Great.
Oh my goodness! Oh, he just did it!
And that is the Dookie special.
Oh!
And it's almost done.
And
Round Zero has taken it in a massive upset over the
4-1! That was incredible!
And Dookie T and Repupplezor showing that they are the stars of the Gfinity Elite Series here.
Whatever exactly happens. We're back. Classic stuff. I was just chatting to someone else. Don't worry about it. Hey, let's talk about Somniac because, I mean, he is the player to beat, isn't he?
He is the SF5 veteran. Actually, not the SF5 veteran, just the SF veteran. He's been around the scene for a long time. People come and go all the time, but he's the one constant, I guess you can say, in the scene at the moment. And again, 32 years of age, he's one of the oldest players here in the Gfinity Elite Series.
Well, right now, I want to throw over to Tom and Alex and get your take on how you think this match is going to play out. Over to you guys. Give me the hot tips.
Thanks very much, Luke. This is Season 2 of the Gfinity Elite Series, and our first match of the day, it's going to be Sydney Chiefs versus, well, the second match of the day, I'm sorry, Sydney Chiefs versus Perth Ground Zero. And Perth Ground Zero, a very young team, whereas the Sydney Chiefs are relatively old-school players. They're veterans of Third Strike, Street Fighter 4, and now here at the Gfinity Elite Series in Street Fighter 5. I think the Perth Ground Zero has got their work cut out for them, Tom.
Yeah, well, we said that last season, Alex, and then guess what? They ended up sneaking into the grand finals and upsetting everybody. So I think that's why I like this Ground Zeroes team so much, is it's like they're the young guns. They're like they're the new blood sort of thing. The Chiefs are these guys that are already established, and it's like everybody knows who CG is, everybody knows who BK is, everybody knows who Somniac is. Whereas these Ground Zeroes players are all a bunch of guys that are looking to push their own name, and I think that for myself personally, I think they've done that better than any other team or players themselves in this series so far. So it's going to be exciting to see what heights they reach in Season 2.
Sounds great, Tom. All right, we're going to head back to Luke. We'll be with the matches shortly. Stay with us.
Thanks, legends. What do you reckon, Krishna? What's your take? Who's going to take this out?
If Chiefs do their homework, which I know they do, because they're very particular about their order that they choose their roster, they should take this. I reckon they'll maybe Ground Zero can give them a little bit of trouble, so I'm going to say 4-2 to the Chiefs.
4-2 to the Chiefs. All right, that's enough chit-chat. Let's get these teams out here. So, guys, I want you to go absolutely nuts as we bring to the stage the Sydney Chiefs. ZG, BK Sama and Somniac. Taking them on today, of course. Go absolutely nuts for Perth Ground Zero. Sio, Freezer, and their captain Rups. Righto, fellas. Somniac, great to see you back here again, man. Have you been training hard in the off-season?
Definitely. I'm not happy about last season's result. So I'm here to take revenge against this team specifically.
Specifically this team?
Yeah, and then Order.
Okay, very, very cool. Oh, hey, man. Hey. The captain's over there. You've mixed things up. I'll talk to you, bro. That's sick. Yeah. Oh, are you captaining today?
Yeah, of course.
I haven't got all the information I need at times. That's all right. So, man, are you confident going into this matchup?
So, Perth has the historical advantage over Chiefs at the moment, and we're Perth boys, so we come all the way over here. It takes a really long time with the plane, so we really don't want to leave without a win. So we're not going to.
Good, good. I hope you're taking a win back on that plane. Let's look at the matchups right now. All important stuff. Guys, have a look behind us. I'm going to announce them, and you're going to find out. First matchup. Bring it up, guys. Let's check it out. ZG taking on Freezer first up. Second matchup. BK Sama versus Sio. What's coming up third? Somniac versus Rups. Fourth. Somniac versus Sio. What's next? ZG versus Rups. Number 6. BK Summer versus Freezer. And if we go to 7, who's bringing us home? Somniac versus Rups. Any surprises there for you there, dude?
Not at all, no.
Not at all? You feeling confident about those matchups?
Definitely, definitely.
Somniac, can we win back some face today?
Definitely. It's all going as planned.
All right, well, one of these guys is going to be wrong. We're going to find out which one in a sec. Get out of here, guys. Get in the zone. Match 2 coming up after this very short break. Street Fighter 5, Season 2, Gfinity Elite Series. We'll see you soon.
Coming up, Sydney Chiefs take on Perth Ground Zero.
Rups from Ground Zero. Just because I lost both twice in the games to him, I feel like I owe him, I got to give him a run back just to prove myself.
I like to kind of sit by myself before a match and just kind of think about the characters I'm going to be playing, the people that I'm going to be playing, and just think deeply about how the match is going to go.
You're watching the Gfinity Elite Series presented by Alienware.
We create machines that make every experience more intense and real. With Intel Core processors so powerful, you can redefine reality. Because the best feature of a gaming machine is the power to make you forget it's there.
Welcome back to the Gfinity Elite Series. Sydney Chiefs are about to take on last season's grand finalist Perth Ground Zero. But first, if you want to be an elite player, Alienware may just give you that edge with our new series, Path to Pro.
I'm Chris Nassif, Street Fighter Analyst for the Gfinity Elite Series. I'm here to guide you on your path to pro, thanks to Alienware. Playing in Gfinity's first to one format, you have to consider being able to adapt a lot more quickly than usual and being able to hide your intentions. Hiding your tells, bluffing, all the same skills that you would use in poker, you bring to this series. You also need to be noticing tendencies to make the correct prediction. Instead of always trying to be just consistent, you have to look to be a little bit more unpredictable. Part of being more unpredictable is about considering the risk reward and seeing what that player has done and weighing up whether the risk is worth it. For this 3v3 structure, deciding the team player order will be crucial.
Now let's reveal the order. We see right there on the screens, we have Robbie Slar taking on Zomniac.
Teams can look for advantages through favourable matchups, playstyle counters, and results of the players' histories with each other.
Shut your goddamn mouth, sit down, and you watch me play.
Knowing if a player likes to play more reactive, more proactive, or very, very tech-heavy can give you definitive advantages and weaknesses in their playstyle. Having players counter to those playstyles can net you a nice advantage as well. Player history can also give you a deciding advantage psychologically. Best of luck on your Alienware Path to Pro.
That was great stuff, Chris. Nice work. Hey, if that's not enough, this sweet prize could also help you become an elite player. It's an Alienware M15 laptop. Just get onto the Gfinity website for all the info. There are many, many ways to enter, and it is all on the site. That's enough talk. Let's get back into gameplay. Over to you, Tom and Alex. It's time to fight.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are at the commentary desk for our next set. It is going to be Chiefs Ground Zero for some Gfinity Elite Series action, Alex. This is going to be an interesting one, a team that's gone back and forth with each other in the past. However, Chiefs look reloaded and ready to go. How do you feel?
Yeah, look, on paper, it looks like the Chiefs could take out Ground Zero relatively easily, but last time in Season 1, Perth Ground Zero was successful against the Sydney Chiefs. Particularly my man Rups with Abigail and his Arm Mika, the biggest Arm Mika fan on the planet. You'll see him later on. But right now, we're going to get into our first match. It's going to be ZG versus Freezer. It's old school versus new school. ZG, of course, being a veteran of Third Strike, Street Fighter 4, and now Street Fighter 5 has one of the strongest neutral games in Street Fighter 5. He will literally poke you to death with Vega and that claw. And we've also got our newcomer here, Freezer. He's part of the new guard of the Street Fighter 5 FGC, and his Alex is a sight to be seen, Tom.
Oh, he's made some massive noise with Alex, actually, a relatively low-tier character this year, especially.
Both low-tier.
Actually, you're right. This is actually a battle of the bottom, as you would say, the bottom of the proverbial barrel. However, you should not disrespect these two players, as they are some of the best in the country in their own respects. I would call ZG the best Vega free, and I'd call Freezer the best Alex free. And now, let's get into it and see how this first match goes. You are watching the Gfinity Elite Series live from the Gfinity Hoyt's Esports Arena, and we are diving into it. Let's go.
All right, thanks very much, Tom. Sydney Chiefs versus Perth Ground Zero. Freezer looking to make a big splash here at the Gfinity Elite Series with his first game. He's going to be using Alex, and he's going to be looking to pop up that V-trigger as early as possible to try and get some damage on ZG, who is an extremely consistent player. Here we go into round one. Sydney Chiefs versus Perth Ground Zero, and ZG threatening early with some swipes from Vega. He's trying to get in on Alex here, but Alex, some fantastic blocks there from Freezer. Great neutral jump.
Early.
Command grab, and he usually doesn't go for those.
No, he doesn't. I like it. I like the choice here. This is going to be a classic sort of range versus aggression type matchup where ZG is going to try and keep Alex at that range that he's at right now. And you watch for Freezer to try and bruise his way in with a bunch of jumping moves and a V-trigger.
That's right, and you'll see that claw come off eventually from ZG when he wants to have access to that command grab. He's not going to take it off just yet. No. And of course, Alex, Freezer having access to that command grab.
Oh, here it is.
Big crutch counter. Here comes... Oh, that's going to be a fantastic clothesline. Here comes Freezer. He's already got ZG down to about 50%.
Yeah, this is scary stuff for ZG. Now, Vega is a bad character in the corner, and Alex is a strong character when your opponent's in the corner. However, there you go. ZG uses his own V-trigger to just escape there, and then now, all of a sudden, Freezer is in the corner, Alex.
All right, Freezer crouch jumping. He knows that command grab. All right, great neutral jump from ZG. That might close it out. And there's the command grab. GG, round one to ZG and the Sydney Chiefs.
That was a that was almost a close match for a little while there, but ZG just capitalised on opportunities a bit better than Freezer did. So we're going to look for an adjustment here from Freezer. Otherwise, ZG might run away with this one.
That big standing roundhouse again, massive damage there from Freezer. He loves those. He capitalises perfectly.
Yeah, no, Freezer is a genius with damage conversion there with that optimal whiff punish there, and now all of a sudden ZG is on the back foot, but then with that back foot, and massive roundhouse.
I like that conversion off the roundhouse, Tom, and now he's got a Freezer in the corner. Freezer's going to be looking to pop his V-trigger as soon as possible because ZG is waking up with that free frame.
Oh, there it is.
Bro, don't tase me. All right.
Oh, he just gets hit.
Quick from Freezer. This is going to be a great suplex. All right, ZG's got one chance left.
Gutsy tech. My
Very
goodness.
brave tech. We're going to see some command grabs now. He's going to try and whittle that last hit of health away from Freezer.
There it is.
But there it is. Freezer putting it round on the board against ZG. We're going to the third and final round here, Tom.
It is now one apiece for both players. Let's see how this is going to close out here. Both have had pretty polarizing rounds, Alex. So let's see how the two adjust.
All right, and the range on those claws there from ZG, just threatening with Freezer.
Oh, big jump in into the super.
That's going to be a critical art. That's going to take Freezer down to 50%. This is not a good start for him, Tom.
No, and ZG gets a lot of pressure here. So now Alex is going to have to guess, and good tech there, but now Rage Shift ready for Alex. So watch for a big button into a V-trigger and some clotheslines coming for you.
All right, you're going to be seeing a standing roundhouse into a V-trigger activation, most likely from Freezer. ZG's got to watch out.
Oh my goodness.
Threatening now, and Freezer having some trouble getting some damage on the board now against ZG. Freezer threatening with that slash out. There was the standing roundhouse, but not enough.
Oh, he dead.
That might be it. I don't think it's going to be enough. He's got one more guess. There's that jump in, and that's it. ZG takes the game against Freezer for the Sydney Chiefs.
Yeah, that was a pretty stock standard for what the OGs would expect there, Alex. I think ZG just showed off his composure a little bit more there and just showed that experience there. Freezer was a little bit antsy and a little bit jumpy there, I think.
Yeah, he let himself down with the lack of anti-air, I think, there, particularly in the second round, just giving a few free jump-ins to ZG, and the damage that came off with the claw attached just really whittled away Freezer's health, particularly with that critical art there in the first half of round 3.
Have a look at some highlights, and this was a massive, big button. So one of Alex's strengths is when he gets that V-trigger going, he can really dole out some fat damage, and Vega struggles with that. However, ZG is such a strong player that he just knows how to get out of these situations and stay composed. If he uses his own V-trigger, not as a damage option, Alex, but more of as an escape.
Yeah, that's right. And you can see here Freezer having a bit of trouble fighting out of the corner here. Tries to go to air and just catches him with that tech and the neutral jump there. Great neutral jump there from VCG to finish it out with the command grab. Here comes Freezer trying to get something started in round 2 here. And it's almost the end of the second round here. Freezer putting the second round on the board. ZG putting up a valiant effort to try and fight back. I would have thought ZG would have pulled out a command grab here. He didn't have the claw on. ZG losing that second round here. There's the big standing roundhouse.
He just sort of turned it around a lot here. ZG sort of adjusted very quickly to how Freezer was playing. And this third round was a bit of a wash. And like you said, Alex, that lack of anti-airs really hurt Freezer. Alex is known as a character that has weaker anti-airs than normal or most characters on the roster. So that was a little bit of a struggle for him. But I like that showing from Freezer as his first game in his new club. I think he just got a little bit, you know what, he got outplayed by ZG and the experience just showed. However, we are not done. We're going to see a battle of the V-Triggers next, Alex.
That's right. It's V-Trigger City. Urien versus Ibuki. It's going to be BK Sama versus Sio. This is going to be a Urien versus Ibuki matchup. Now, what do you think about this match, Tom?
I reckon if I think Urien got nerfed a little bit recently in the past coming into Season 3, and his damage got knocked down a little bit, and then that plus the combination of Ibuki's mixed-up V-trigger, that Fuma Shuriken is 2 V-bars rather than 3 that Urien has to earn, just gives her the edge. It's a close matchup, but I think Urien loses just a little bit. Ibuki scrapes away with it because of the nature of Ibuki is just a more explosive character. So we're going to see, however, BK is an extremely explosive player. So this is going to be an interesting one to watch as we dive into Game 2 of Sydney Chiefs versus Ground Zero. Here we go.
That's right. Both players having access to discussing V-trigger possibilities and mix-ups here. Let's see if they bring it out. In this second match here, Sydney Chief versus Perth Ground Zero. Of course, Sydney Chiefs are up 1-0 against Perth Ground Zero. The pressure is on Sio to bring it to a 1-game all. Here we go into round 1, an aggressive opening from BK Sama.
However, you saw that V-skill usage as Bug was discussing just then, and there again, Ibuki is reeling back out of BK's button ranges and just dodging it and punishing him for it.
That's right. Okay, BK Sama going for the headbutt, stuck by the crouching jab there from Sio. Sio finding himself in the corner now. 82 seconds left on the clock, already down 50%.
However, that V-trigger is ready, Alex, so just watch for one hit.
Oh, and that standing half punch is such good range. And that neutral jump, we saw that in the previous game with Freezer and ZG. That neutral jump in the corner just catching the tech. from Sio.
He just didn't look ready then, Alex. I saw a couple of input errors there that just didn't look very characteristic of the Ibuki player.
That's right, and just like that, we're already into the second round, so it feels like we blinked and that round was over.
Oh,
all right, I love that V-skill to stunt the EX shot.
Oh, good buffer behind that standing light kick. Now, Sio going a bit more aggressive now on BK. Oh, that shimmy was disgusting, Alex.
Turning up the volume. All right, caught out the EX headbutt there on Wake Up. BK Summer trying to get away with a shortcut there. The Sio was ready for it, and just like that, the stun. And Sio answers back in round 2 to finish off with a critical art, driving home the point. GG.
That was a much stronger round. So it looks like he didn't actually mean to super there, I think, is what he was shaking his hand about.
Well, I think
that was a questionable use of meter. However, he's closed out the round, and Ibuki doesn't need much to win. Let's be real, Alex.
Let's be true. All right, great anti. All right.
Oh,
getting some damage now on BK Summer. This match has come back in Sio's favor now. BK Summer calling out that V-skill. If you do that V-skill during block string, BK Summer will do the knee dive. There's the 50-50 forward throw. I like it. BK Summer EX headbutt out of the corner. Looks like this is Sio's game now.
Oh, yeah, he's just in control of the pressure of the game now. Over here comes Aegis Reflector. Classic. Oh, look at that damage, everybody. Oh, he drops the combo, though.
Combo doesn't go for the second mirror, unfortunately. All right, here comes the second mirror now. He's going to make some use of it. I like this blocking here from Sio. Shutting down the offense from BK Summer, but he answers back with an EX headbutt.
Oh,
Sio's in trouble now. Is he going to wake up?
Oh,
there's the throw. Misses the meaty pressure. BK Summer's in trouble. This is anyone's game now. BK blocking. Bang, and that's it. Sio with a surprise upset against BK Summer.
Oh my goodness, this Ground Zero team just won't lay down, Alex.
They will not take it sitting down. It is now one game all. I like it, and BK looking a little bit disappointed with himself there. But honestly, look, he blocked so well there in the corner, particularly against that V-trigger mix-up. It's so hard to block against Ibuki.
Oh yeah, especially in that corner scenario, Ibuki has like 3 different ways she can go.
Yes.
She can do what Sio did there, which is just hit a medium button and try and catch him panicking. He can go for an instant overhead, which is if the opponent is crouching, it will knock them on the top of the head and just kill them. Or he can go low. So Ibuki has a lot of options there, and BK is basically in a 1 in 3. So that was great pressure from Sio there. The way that he turned that game around and put it in his own control when that first round was such a wash, Alex.
Such a wash.
I'm so impressed. Like, these highlights are great. Like, you look at this first round, and BK was on point with his counter hit confirmed, and he just tore Sio to shreds, Alex, and then all of a sudden it turned around, but this first round was just disgusting.
That's right, and it was the BK show, and he's got Sio stuck in the corner here with this non-stop pressure for Urien. Urien, of course, a character known for that offense.
Yeah.
And here he is powering up, doesn't really need to, ends up with a throw to maximize his meter gain there. And you can see here, Sio just kind of had an awakening here in round 2.
Yeah, he just I think he just composed himself a little bit, and then big crush counter punish on the wrist for the DP.
And you've got to call those out against Urien, don't you, Tom?
Especially BK. BK is someone who is not afraid to let that reversal rip. Especially, I've seen players discuss that he has a tendency to go for it when he's 1 hit away from being stunned.
Yeah.
He will let it rip down, and Sio was aware of that, and he made the most of it. However, BK was not going to go down lightly as he started using that super strong Aegis Reflector V-trigger. Like, look at that corner pressure there.
A great sweep, but look at this block here from Sio. Fantastic block. And BK Summer just out of the corner straight away with that EX knee dive. And it looks like Sio was on the way out here, but then BK just missing his meaty pressure there and giving Sio the opportunity to pop his own V-trigger. And look at that. And that is the name of the game against Ibuki. You block, you die. You tech, you die. You jump, you die. You just die.
Yeah, I think that's just how Ibuki works. It's just sadness central, you know.
Nerf. Where's that Nerf hammer?
Oh, professional, no bias at all. I don't blame you. I don't like Ibuki much. But anyway, into the next game. We are now 1 apiece for Ground Zero and Chiefs, and we are diving into this third game. It is going to be a battle of the captains, Alex. It is going to be Somniac with his patented bike
of determination. My man Rups. He's going with Armika, and I have it on good authority that he hates this matchup. He hates Bison. In particular, he hates Somniac's Bison. This is going to be an uphill battle for Rups, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Tom,
it is. It most certainly
I'm surprised he didn't pick Abigail.
So am I know.
Yeah.
And you said everybody hates Somniac's Bison, and it's an interesting discussion because I've heard this phrase going around lately of online play, and it's called the Somniac tax.
The Somniac tax. All right, here we go. Somniac with that patented do-nothing play, trying to get Rups to try and commit to something. Big early jump in from Rups. He's already got 40% down on Rups. Somniac finding himself in the corner early.
Yeah, and now this is a bad matchup for Armika. She struggles to get in on Bison and deal with Bison's pressure. However, if she can get an explosive lead at once, like Rups has in this round, it can all fall apart very quickly, Alex.
That's right, and Somniac, he's using that patented. He's trying to make you come in first to get you to hang yourself first, and Rups is backing off as well. He's playing the same game. All right, goes for another jump in, but Somniac is ready for it this time. Both plays about even on like 65 seconds left on the clock. Rups has got a slight advantage with the meter gain here now.
Yeah, I think
Both
so.
teams are one apiece. This is Rups' game to win.
This is an interesting position here. Both players don't really want to, they're very non-committal, which is interesting, and I think it's the right choice because these are two very explosive characters, and there's a nice V reversal from Rups there. That is not a real setup.
Command grab there from Rups. He doesn't go for those early. Trying to put Somniac off his game early with those command grabs, but the fear of God into him. There's the slide into the command grab. All right, Rups trying to get out of it early with the V reversal, but Somni's ready for it. All right, Rups.
Now, Lord Shin Bison is just nuts in this game. Rups has got to get it moving now. He doesn't have his V-trigger ready. Oh, the drop kick caught.
I like it. All right, Ops to back off. All right, that could have been a big one for Rups, but he doesn't capitalize on the miss.
Oh, good hit confirmed from that standing medium punch into the EX shooting peach.
Oh, there's the EX bicycle kick. All right, Somniac trying to close it out now with that standing roundhouse. Oh, that's going to Natashenko doesn't block. All right.
Oh, God, that tech was ridiculous, Alex.
12 seconds left on the clock. Rups trying to make something happen. He's done it. He's closed out round one. A standing medium kick to close out round one. And Rups looking a little bit pensive there.
Yeah, no, that's the face of a man that is 110% concentrating, Alex.
He's doing surprisingly well. I'm very surprised, Tom. He's doing well on Rups. Pushing the offense now. He knows he's got a round down already. He can afford to be a bit more aggressive this round. And look at the frame trap with that standing medium punch. Now he's pressuring with that lady meter in the corner. I like the throwback. Som's down to 50% now. He's in trouble.
Psycho
attack in the medium air. All right.
Ooh,
gosh. Doubles reverse. Rups is content to just sit there and block it out. He is plus.
Yeah, he is. But now Somniac has a slight life lead against Rups. I say that.
There's the golf swing. I like it.
I say that, and all of a sudden it's gone. But now Somniac is the one that has to make things happen, going for the Shin Bison setup.
I haven't seen it before. Oh my God,
that's
it, Tom.
That is it.
1, 2, 3. That's it. Rups has done it. Against Somniac, another upset from Perth, round 0.
Oh my goodness.
My goodness, Tom.
That was such a strong showing.
And BK Summer just looking to the heavens. What is going on?
Now,
Give me a sign, God.
I think just ground 0 just has the Sydney Chiefs number, Alex.
It's not supposed to be like this.
Well, maybe it is. I mean, they've beaten. This is the second straight time that they've been up 2-1 against these guys.
And Peter's face has not changed.
No.
2-0 straight over Som. I like it.
Yeah, I like these highlights too, Alex. Let's just slide in here. That was a great hit confirmed from Rups with the standing medium punch. And then Som using Bison's arguable best tool, the EX scissors, to turn the pressure around. However, Rups just using Armika's V-trigger in an interesting way.
Som is really good at that sort of staggered walk, standing roundhouse crush counter, trying to catch a throw tech there from you because it does such massive damage if he does manage to have it. But Rups just shutting him down there with the V-trigger activation. Here we are in round 2. And look at the spacing on that goal swing. Love it.
Lord, that was delicious stuff. Now we're going to... But this is when Bison is at his strongest. He has that Shin Bison tech dashing around.
Look, Rups interrupting Somniac's offense again with the V-trigger and closing out with the reset into the EX command grab. My goodness, Rups is here to play, Tom.
That was just showcasing Rups' hard work and knowledge in a matchup that you can tell that he hates. Because you can tell when someone hates a matchup because they'll lab it. They'll put heaps of time into it. And that tech there because Bison gets a lot of dashy sort of 50-50 side swap stuff, but the activation from Rups is genius because the Deshko doesn't care what side you're on.
That's right.
She's just going to slide in with that drop kick and then she's just going to attack. So
that's one of the hardest working players in the FGC is Rups. He's labbed that matchup really well, and you can see here the practice has paid off against his nemesis, Somniac, and what a match that was, Tom. And we're going to go back to Luke shortly with the debrief. Guys, what have you got for us?
Well, look, if you didn't know summer was coming, you do now, guys. Things are heating up here at the Gfinity Elite Series. What a match. Let's have a look at the score so far. This is how it's played out. Strong start from the Sydney Chiefs, trying to win back after Season 1, but then the Perth Ground Zero just too good from him. Rups in that final game, my goodness, showing some awesome form, exciting stuff. Well, guys, it is fair to say that the Street Fighter community is like a family. Even though they're fiercely competitive, they all support each other, travel with each other, and they genuinely get on. And Chiefs player BK Sama has been extending himself even further by mentoring young up-and-coming players. He's been working with Acrylic Saint, who jumped ship from Sydney Raw to Chiefs this season.
With Acrylic Saint, I've been pretty much just training him up since he came to like the offline gatherings. I see potential in him, but it's just that he needs to get into a tournament player's mindset, not just playing to win, but playing to learn.
Well, BK I play with a lot, and Shenkan as well. They're both, I guess they're kind of like mentors to me, and I ask them a lot about the game and they help me out a bunch. So being on the same team as both of them at the same time is pretty good, yeah.
The best advice I can give someone is win differently, win the round differently, win the game differently. That way you're not putting yourself into unhealthy autopilot. Even though you could be winning the same way, you might get stubborn, and when you play someone else, you might force that win condition on them, but obviously it won't work, and they'll just make you losing quicker, you know. Having that mindset where you can win differently every round keeps you very active, and it's just good for learning.
I'm really hoping they'll help me elevate my game to the next level. Somniac, BK, Shenkan, all of them, they're all pretty good.
Beautiful stuff. Well, we'll find out in just a second if the Chiefs can climb their way back and clutch this out. Match 2, Street Fighter 5, Gfinity Elite Series. We'll see you soon.
Mr. Murray, have you decided on a name?
We're thinking Callum.
Callum Murray.
Callum Murray.
Calamari.
Let's make it Jack.
Drink it through with Dare iced coffee.
Welcome back to Street Fighter 5, brought to you by Astro Headsets and Dare Iced Coffee. Right now, the scoreline in our second match is 2-1 in favour of Perth Ground Zero. Game 4 is up next. We'll find out if the Chiefs can turn it around. But first, it is now instant reward time. You can earn yourself some currency by heading to gfinity.instantloyalty.com. There's only a short window of opportunity to use the drop code on the screen and get paid. Right now, though, it's time to get back into some sweet gameplay. Over to you, Tom and Alex. It's time to fight.
Good to have you with us. Let's get back into the action here live from the Hoyt's Gfinity Esports Arena. This is where all the Street Fighter 5 action is happening as Perth Ground Zero take on Sydney Chiefs once again. And Tom, I have to say, this is a rerun from Season 1 where Perth Ground Zero took out the Sydney Chiefs 4-1.
Yeah, it's nuts. Like, we keep calling it an upset. We've said that a bunch of times this set already. If it happens twice in a row, Alex, is it really an upset anymore?
I don't think we can call it an upset anymore, can we? There's no excuse.
These are your grand final places last season. Regardless of where people thought they were going to end up, that's where they ended up. So is it really, can you call it an underdog story or an upset anymore when it's not?
That's right. All right, let's get back into the action. Somniac's back in the hot seat with M. Bison, who's going to be taking on Perth Ground Zero Sio, who's going to be using Ibuki. He's going to look to take it up 3-1 against the Sydney Chiefs. He's got his game face on. Somniac knows this is a pivotal match, a very important match. Let's get into it. Round 1.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. These two players are going to have a lot of experience with each other, playing a lot, so you're going to see a lot of player tendency experience here. So expect some big fat reads from both of these boys.
That's right, and you can see that B skill early on going from Sio, just they were talking about before with Bug, and here we go. All right, there's the EX head stomp early on. Bug having a little trouble here at the moment.
Yeah, Sio just needs to adapt a little bit here, I think. Somniac's sort of instilled the pace, and Sio needs to change it up, and here it comes.
All right, this is Sio's chance here. All right, Sio going for the 50-50. All right, great block by Somniac. He's going to continue to block, just trying to get out of dodge, let that stun meter go down. There's another bicycle kick to try and get some cheap damage off Sio. Sio's in trouble, down to 5% meaty action, and that is it, round 1.
So that's
Somniac.
That is exactly what Somniac wants here. Sio burned his V-trigger and got basically nothing off of it. So that's what Som's going to be working for this round 2. So watch for him to capitalise. And watch for Sio to adjust. Maybe go to a different reset. Try and get a bit better of a read on Somniac. But I mean, that doesn't really matter at the moment. Somniac's just got this oppressive pressure right now.
Som looks like he's running a bit of a clinic here on Sio at the moment. Sio is struggling to get anything started outside of the V-trigger. Opting for the throw now as Somniac just refusing to press any buttons to open himself up to any kind of frame trap from Sio. There's a big jump in and straight to that free frame straight away. Somniac says, I've got the health spare to press a button.
Yeah, he's not afraid to be aggressive against Ibuki, and I think that's a key thing. You can't be afraid of this character. As soon as you start being timid, it starts falling apart.
That's right, and Sio's there's a Super Mario, but it's turned out of the air by Som with an air-to-air. Here comes the V-trigger activation from Sio shortly, Tom.
Yeah, he's going to be looking for it. You see those kunais on block? There's the one on hit. All right, this is scary. As soon as it's in the corner, this is when it gets terrifying.
A great block on the overhead. I like it. Somniac is in fine form here today. His defense is all the way up. Shin Bison, 44 seconds. There's the meaty, and Sio goes down. It is now 2-2.
Yeah, that's
Sydney Chiefs.
That's kind of what we expected, I think. Som does not like losing once, and he most certainly likes losing twice, even less.
That's right.
So we were looking for an aggressive change of pace from him after dropping that round to Rups. But now, it's 2-2.
That's right. He has a lot of pride, Somniac. I remember when he used to play, when he plays online, if he loses any points, he won't stop playing until he wins the points back.
Yeah, he's got to get it back. But that's what makes a champion, I think. And let's look at these highlights and see just how the champion functions. Ibuki got her V-trigger here in this side switch setup. Som with the correct guess. That was a smart guess from him. It looked like Ibuki was going to struggle to get to the other side. Then Somniac just capitalises on the fact that Sio had lost this pressure and just closes out this round fairly cleanly.
Som just too solid on the ground there with his Psycho Axe and those long-hitting normals, and he's plus on most of his normals. It's so hard to go up against a Bison that is so passive like Somniac. All right, you can see here again getting some corner pressure started, and another fantastic block from Somniac. He shut down both of those 50-50 mix-ups from Sio, and that was 90%, it seems, of Sio's offense, and just a straight meaty pressure to close out the second round. Straight 2-2 for Somniac, and he has redeemed himself from that game against Rups. And ZG is up next against our man Peter Rapapazor. And let's see if he sticks with our Mika.
I think he will. I don't see why you would pick any other character than Mika in this sort of matchup. Mika is a very oppressive character, and that's what Vega struggles with. Vega is a character that has literally no defensive options, so I expect Rups to pick Mika and then just go straight for ZG's throwdown.
That's right, but ZG, having been such a veteran of the FGC for so many years, he is a master of adaptation. If anyone can adapt in the short first to one that we have here today, it's going to be ZG. Peter's got his game face on. He's not screwing around. All right, he's gone for Mika.
Oh, the Rashid pick. That's interesting. I like this choice. I like this choice. Rashid deals with Mika a lot better than Vega does.
I know. This is risky though, Tom. I don't know if his Rashid is as good as his Vega. We're about to find out.
It is a risk, but also Rashid is a very strong character. And from experience with ZG's Rashid, he has been working very, very hard on this character. I think he enjoys Rashid a lot. So I think we're going to see a good showing here. It's just going to depend. Yeah, it's just going to depend on whether Rups has the matchup knowledge here.
All right, let's get into it. Both teams are at 2 games apiece. Sydney Chiefs versus Perth Ground Zero. Rups and ZG. Here we go. Big jump in from Rups. Getting the early pressure now on ZG. ZG finding himself in the corner.
Yeah, that was a quick trip to the corner for ZG. Now Rups in firm control.
And he's threatening with that crouching hard punch that Rashid players like to go through so often. All right, caught Rups pressing buttons there on his wake up.
Oh, back throw. That's bad. All of a sudden, he fought his way out and he's back in the corner, but now he's out again.
And Rups does delay tech so well. You cannot throw this man on wake up. It's very difficult. You've really got to condition him into not pressing any buttons.
Ooh, I like that. I like that reversal from Rups there, but it was just a little bit late. Didn't catch the whirlwind afterwards. ZG is just so switched on at the moment.
Ready for the roll out of the corner there. He knows he's going to look for that roll into the V-trigger activation.
Yeah. Just watch for Rups to trigger Nadeshko in any second now. He's going to look for the mix-up. Good anti-air shimmy.
Now, fantastic shimmy there from ZG. All right, I take back what I said about his Rashid. His here is ready to play, and that's it. Round 1 to ZG.
Ooh, that was such a strong showing, Alex. See, this is what I meant. I've played ZG's Rashid recently, and it was very, very strong. This sort of pressure, this in and out pressure. I think the character fits ZG extremely well. But now Rups has to adapt here, and he is a player that is more than capable of doing it, Alex.
That's right. It's so hard to keep ZG in the corner, particularly Rashid in the corner as well. All right, again, Rups going for those big jump-ins, but ZG's not biting. Rups trying to find his way in now. ZG threatening with those tornadoes, trying to get Rups to commit to something.
Yeah, but Rups is just sitting patiently now. He feels like he's got nothing to lose and nothing to gain by pressing any of these buttons. But he's not actually anti-airing either, so...
That's right. Well, he has got full critical out on deck, and he's got Nadeshko on deck. Big jump in. Here comes the Nadeshko activation. This is going to be big damage.
Look at that.
He's going to try and follow up here now. No command grab yet from Rups. He's still saving that one up. Oh, and there's... I like it. All right, great anti-air there from ZG. Both plays about even on life. Rups got to make something happen. Great tech from Rups.
Oh, good anti-air.
This man. Oh, jump in the corner.
Oh, he dropped the combo though.
All right, Rups has got critical eye on deck. And Nadeshko has got to make something happen. There's the belly block. Goes for the meaty. Here comes Nadeshko. Are we going to see a command grab here?
One more hit.
That's a regular throw. And Rups ties it up 1-1 against ZG and the Sydney Chiefs.
This is too much, Alex. My heart. It's day 1 and I'm losing it, man.
Peter's got his game face on. Oh, but ZG, the intensity on this man's face, he is not ready to lose. He knows they're at 2-2 and he wants to take it.
Oh, he just got hit by the random heavy eagle spike.
Now Rups shooting out of the corner. Oh, and a straight wake up. Screw you, says ZG. I'm not letting you get out of the corner.
Oh, goes to the day 1 reset, but it doesn't work out. This matchup is
Rups in trouble now. He's got the Nadeshko on deck. He's got to pop his V-trigger if he wants to stay alive. Great block on the end. Nowhere near.
Jumps
again. Again. Oh, I like that dash under. All right.
Oh, he dropped the reset though.
Rups is going to make something happen here. Goes low. Rups with the pressure now. All right, reversed from ZG. Rups is in trouble.
Oh, out of the corner, ZG, just knowing Rashid's options so well.
Again, Rups not anti-air. All right, great confirm off the standing medium punch. Rups.
Oh, good air to it.
Jump back. ZG. He's got to make one thing happen. He's got to take out Rups now. No activation. He doesn't have activation on it. Just the overhead. ZG takes it for the Sydney Chiefs. They are now up 3-2 over Perth Ground Zero, Tom.
That was such an excellent use of Rashid's overhead there, Alex. It has some airborne properties which makes it invulnerable to throws.
Yep.
Which is such an intelligent option because Rups went for the throw. They're expecting ZG to go for the safe option, and instead he took the risk and he went straight over that throw, donked him on the head, took that game, and now the Chiefs are up 3-2. They were down and now they're up. What's happening?
Well, they're doing a lot better than the last time when they lost 4-1. Tom, let's have a look at the highlights here.
Oh, this was such an explosive matchup. These two players just went back and forth and back and forth. It was really hard to pick a favourite for who's going to take this one, Alex.
That's right, and both teams sitting at 2-2 here, and both players had a lot on the line here. And you can see here ZG just bringing it to Rups in the corner now, just finishing off with an EX Eagle spike. I like it. And here comes Rups getting something started with his own Nadeshko. It's about 30%, 40% life right off the bat.
That charge drop kick on block is so scary, but ZG not afraid. Uses the V-trigger activation to recognise where Rups is on screen and then use that anti-air EX reversal as an option, and all of a sudden he's in firm control. That's right. And this round was just falling apart for Rups.
And that's the third time this series we've seen the neutral jump on the right-hand side of the screen to blow up their throw tech.
Yeah.
And you can see here Rups trying to get something started, and a great look at the damage off the V-trigger there, and closes out round 2. so elegantly with just a normal throw.
Yeah, there's that cheeky little empty jump into a throw. And this round could have been either way, honestly.
It could have been either way, yeah.
ZG had a big life lead here, but Mika's such an explosive character. And this is just ZG's composure coming through again. This patience and then the ability to make the right choice at the right time. That is such a smart overhead from ZG. That is a veteran strategy, and I am super impressed by that play.
So slippery. Rashid, one of the slippiest characters in the game.
Yes.
Let's go into game number 6. It's going to be BK Summer versus Freezer. And Freezer going down in the first game against ZG. And Freezer repping that low-tier Alex pick since Season 1, Tom.
Yeah, no, he is a die-hard Alex main. I'm not sure why, but he is, and I appreciate that.
I'm not sure why either, but he's sticking with it. And that's the testament to the type of commitment we love from our players here at the Gfinity Elite Series, Tom. Let's get into it. Game number 6. Freezer versus BK Summer of Sydney Chiefs are, of course, on match point as they are up 3-2. BK Summer's got to win this match if he wants to take it and get their revenge over Perth Ground Zero in Season 1.
This is going to be a hard one for Freezer, I think. I think that naturally Urian sort of just pushes Alex around a little bit.
I think he manhandles Alex a bit. That's right. All right, let's see. Let's go to round 1. Freezer moving forward. Oh, a big standing heavy punch already off the bat. That's going to hurt. Sweep. All right, great sweep. And Freezer just taking it to BK Summer early, showing him he's not afraid. He knows that Urian isn't much until he has meter on board.
Yeah, but now Urian has that V skill activated, which means that he gets armor on his special move, which makes life a lot scarier for Freezer here.
It does. All right, I love that head stomp. All right, here comes Freezer pressuring now. Sneaky headbutt straight into the low by BK Summer. Freezer answering back. Both players almost even on life now. That EX head stomp is plus on block.
Yes,
BK Summer can't press any buttons afterwards.
It's a great choice for Alex here. It's a good way to get in and force pressure on a character that can otherwise do a good job of keeping Alex out with those long-range normals that Urian utilises.
That's right, and Freezer now playing jump rope with these fireballs coming from BK Summer. All right, BK Summer trying to make something happen here. Turn up the offense now.
Yep, and speaking of making something happen, watch the rage shift. There it is, the V-trigger cancel. Now Alex is an incredibly explosive character. BK's probably going to play a bit more passive here, although he has the Aegis Reflector, so watch for the explosivity.
Just misses the throw. That could have been big for Freezer. All right, here comes the Aegis Reflector mix-up. Doesn't block the overhead. I like it. The stomp to get out of dodge. I like it, but he's got one more mirror left. Here comes the big swing for Freezer, but it's not going to be enough. He's got one more guess now in the corner. BK goes to the standard throw, and that's round 1.
Oh, that was a very close round, actually. Even though the life totals don't say it, but that was a very, very close round, Alex. And now, I don't think Freezer has much to be disappointed about in that one. Let's just see how he adjusts here in round 2.
That's right, and the way Freezer uses his V-trigger, particularly Alex's rage shift V-trigger, you've never really got the life lead on Alex. He can come back so easily.
Ooh, that use of that crouching meter punch, strong anti-air. That's what he was missing in his earlier set against ZG.
That's right. All right, great confirming to the EX shoulder. BK Summer getting something started now. Freezer's got to win this round if he wants Perth Ground Zero to stay alive against the Sydney Chiefs.
The pressure is on the Perth bound.
Oh, that's going to be a punish.
Yeah, it's good punish.
All right, now what's he going to go for on the wake up? There's the EX head start move. Just came after the first hit. I like it.
Now V-trigger is ready for Alex, though. Let's see if Freezer can get it off.
Oh, okay. Big drop from BK Summer. This is Freezer's turn to shine. Activates the V-trigger.
Oh, the delayed heavy punch. But now no!
Getting out of the corner. Freezer's in trouble. Here comes the mirror. We can't talk about it, Tom. Here it comes. Oh! Throws him out of the roundhouse. Is that going to be it? And there it is. And Sydney Chiefs takes it over Perth Ground Zero. GG.
That is a 4-2 finish, Alex. That was Perth Ground Zero were up 2-1, and then they just couldn't get another game.
That's right.
That was such a strong finish from the Chiefs, showing why we call them the veteran squad.
That's right, the veteran squad. And I have my money on them to take the entire Gfinity Season 2, but we're not quite up to that stage yet.
Oh, God, please. I can barely handle this week, Alex. Let's not talk ahead. I don't think I can handle it.
That's right. All right, plenty more action to come, guys. And very well played by the Sydney Chiefs, taking it over Perth Ground Zero. 4-2, getting their revenge over Ground Zero.
Now let's
out 4-1. Let's have a look at the highlights quickly
of this closeout game. Now I think Freezer did a very good job here of playing this matchup, but I think Urian just has a strong grasp on Alex and just can sort of dominate him in his tools. And BK just got the pressure on his side, and then this Aegis Reflector in the corner is so scary for anybody to deal with.
I love this EX head stomp to get out of the pressure in the corner with the mirror, and of course that parry and the clothesline is such a risk for Alex. Comparatively, their V-trigger for Urian is such less of a risk than it is for Alex.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
he has to really take a big risk with his clothesline and make a guess about if his opponent's going to jump or not.
Yeah, I think that's the problem with Alex, is that he's a high-risk, high-reward character in a game that has low-risk, low-reward characters. Not to say that he can't win games. Freezer has showcased in the past that Alex and Robbie Slar as well have showcased that Alex is a very explosive character, but he just could not close it out today, and instead the Sydney Chiefs walk away victors.
And BK Summer capitalised so well with that V-trigger pressure in the corner with those Aegis Reflector mix-ups, taking 2 straight rounds against the young Freezer of Perth Ground Zero and newcomer to the Gfinity Elite Series. We've had some blockbuster matches so far, and we've got plenty more Street Fighter V action coming up. Make sure you stick around. Here we go over to Luke for the debrief. What have you got for us, guys?
Yeah, Sydney Chiefs back and they mean business in Season 2. Let's have a look at how the final scores turned out right now. As we can see, Freezer went down first, but then Sayo brings it back. Rups had a great one there when we first took a little break. But yes, then it was all Sydney Chiefs to take the win home. 4-2 in the end. Huge stuff. Congratulations to Sydney Chiefs. Ash right now, though, is hanging out with Freezer, who's flying home empty-handed. How's he doing, Ash?
Yes, that was an amazing match to watch. Are you really getting on a flight right now?
Yes, basically.
Was it frustrating? You started off pretty well. Unfortunately, you didn't get a win in your first matchup. But was it frustrating waiting all of that time to finally get that chance to hopefully keep Ground Zero in the game?
I think it's really frustrating because I feel like I let the team down. But, you know, coming to these things, you know, any game's great so that I can get the experience so that I can improve, basically.
So why do you feel that you let the team down?
Well, I set it on a path where I lost, and then it's easier for the other team to come back if either of my teammates lose. It's kind of difficult, but yeah.
That's all right. You guys got 2 wins in a row, which was fantastic. Who did you think was the most dangerous player to verse today?
Ooh, I'd have to say, maybe ZG, because his gameplay, it took me by surprise. We don't play very often. And then when he came out with the Rashid, which is very polished, it was a bit of a surprise. So he played very, very well that time.
Yeah, he brought out 2 characters today. So were you surprised that he switched?
Not really. Rups told me that he usually beats his Vega, so it's not surprising that he changed, but Rashid is an interesting choice, yeah.
Awesome. I'm very excited to see you guys play for the rest of the season. Best of luck with everything in the lead up to next week, and hopefully I'll get to chat to you later.
Yeah, thank you.
No worries. Back to you, Luke.
Well, I think we're definitely going to see some more heat coming from Perth Ground Zero later in the season. But today, it was Sydney Chiefs Day. We have the captain, Somniac, at the desk. Give him a round of applause, guys. They just crushed it. Man, you did have something to prove coming back to Season 2, didn't you? Do you feel like you're on that path?
Yeah, it's step 1 of the redemption arc. So
yeah.
First goal is to beat them and then continue on and beat everyone.
Yeah, that's a good goal. That's a good goal, yeah.
Is anyone in particular that you're looking forward to versing or getting your revenge on, I guess, for this season?
Well, we lost to this team, Avant and Order, so we have to go through each of them.
3 ducks in a row.
Yep, and then take them out in the finals as well.
Man, systematic. I love it. You've got it all in front of you. All right, well, let's talk about this match for now. Now, let's get into some analysis. Take me through what we're talking about, Krishna.
Well, I kind of want to talk about something a little boring, but hopefully not for Somniac. As we freeze it there, and just wind it back just a little bit. While the V-trigger itself is very interesting, we can go even further back. I want to show how he actually got it. Oh, sorry, we didn't actually get the clip. I guess what I wanted to show was, and we'll see it a little bit, I guess, in this clip anyway, but the things that you guys in particular look at, the guys that have been playing Street Fighter for such a long time, is that spacing in footsies. And it's the kind of stuff that you would read about on SonicHurricane.com and the footsie handbook. And some people can understand it, but very few can actually put it into practice. And all 3 of you seem to understand that really, really well.
Yeah, it's something that comes with experience. The more experienced you are in fighting games and the more you apply yourself to learning this kind of strategy, you want to stand at a range where they can attack you, but it'll miss, and then you can attack them back. So it's like you're like standing there. You don't need to commit too hard to anything, and your opponent will whiff a button, and then you get to punish them for that. And in BK's case, for a huge combo.
Yeah, because we saw a little bit earlier. He was searching for that combo, and he delayed his crouching light kick a little bit, and then he was able to hit the whiff button to tempt CO out, I guess.
Yeah. So basically, you just want your opponent to make mistakes, and it's a way to force an error.
All right. Well, do we have any other rounds we want to look at?
I got one more to see ZG, because CG did a little bit of, and kind of the same thing that we were talking about in the path to pro. He was very much looking for a certain moment and looking for a certain way and making a decision at the time. If we just scroll through, Somewhere in this part here, that little walk back there.
So basically, Rups was thinking that he was going to walk up and grab him because that's the range that grab will work. So what ZG did was he walked up and faked the grab, moved back, and punished when Rups went to tech the throw.
Very common for people to do throws after air resets, and I think ZG understood that really, really well.
Yes. And the thing is as well, getting hit by that throw wasn't too threatening, but the combo that he took for getting punished for it was way higher.
Yeah.
Strong form from Chiefs early on in the season. Right now it's time to find out who the Astra MVP is for that match. Righto, Krishna, who gets the points and who's the MVP?
Well, I definitely got to hand it to my fellow here, Somniac, for doing really, really well, and also Rups for performing again like he did last season, which was really, really nice. But my MVP for this week is going to be ZG. Getting them off to a good start for the Chiefs and being able to use it and propel them forward to the scoreline that I predicted, which is something that I very much like. But he kind of sums up what Chiefs are about this season, really, really trying to push it forward and make a statement that we're here. Yes, we're the old guard, but there's a reason why we've stood for so long, that we've survived this many games.
Yeah. I'm really happy that ZG's Rashid actually performed this time. So last time was not so good, but today he really showed what he was made of, and maybe you'll see another character from me.
Awesome.
In the
Well,
future.
looking forward to more action from ZG and the rest of the Sydney Chiefs. He is the Astra MVP for that match. We've got one more match in today's action-packed Street Fighter V weekend. First week of Season 2, Melbourne Avant are taking on Brisbane Deceptors. Avant are fielding their strongest side of Space Ghost, a Wild Llama and rumours of ghosts, while Brisbane Deceptors have included Panda, who was with Sydney Chiefs last season. Kesera, am I saying that correctly, Kesera?
I think so.
I think so too. He's making his debut along with returning captain, the wonderful character we all know and love, Robbie Slar. Yes, now Robbie Slar was a standout last season with his face paint and channeling his character Alex. He bantered with his opponents, he played it up for Ash in the interviews, and he threw himself into some awesome segments and thoroughly had a good time. So he's the epitome of fun that we see across this whole Street Fighter community, isn't he? You guys a big fan of Robbie?
I watch his stream. I tune in.
Yeah?
I love it, yeah.
We've seen some sweet footage of him there, planning up, awesome suspenders. Nipple chafe, which is hopefully healed by now. That was an ongoing problem for weeks, I believe, with those nipples. And God, he's in good shape. Possibly the buffest guy on this show, apart from me. Apart from me, obviously. Right now. Well, apart from messing around a bit, Robbie Slar is also a deadly serious player, and he's deadly serious about performing well each week and winning this competition. So in just a sec, we're going to check in with Ash. Now, I'm going to get some predictions. Before we do that, I'm just going to check in. Do you have a prediction on how it's going to play out? Unconventional, I'm going to ask the captain of another team. What do you reckon is going to happen in this final match?
I want Deceptors to win, but reality is Avant has the stronger team today. I really want Panda to win though. Panda and Robbie. I think probably 4-2 to Avant.
To Avant. Well, we're going to cross back to Ash right now. In the face of hearing that from Somniac, how's he feel, Ash?
Hey, thanks so much, Luke. Robbie Slar, great to see you again. Look, Season 1 was a bit of a tough one for you guys. How have you been preparing for Season 2? How are the Brisbane Deceptors feeling?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. You know, like I think we've rounded out our roster with a core roster of all Brisbane locals, which I'm really excited to show off our local talent. We've all been working hard on our characters, on a couple of pocket characters as well that maybe we can talk about. Maybe they'll make an appearance at some point. But honestly, like last season, we were kind of finding our footing, you know, like bit rough, but like I think nobody was afraid of us last season, but they were afraid of what we will become. And I think this season, we are playing the same game as everyone else. We're here to win. We're here to take that cup from Order.
You're like, that's all that needs to be said. Yes, let's go. Let's take it from Order, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I see that you are true to form. You're dressed as your character, Alex. But now you got me concerned because you're talking about these pocket characters. Does this mean that we might have to say goodbye to Alex?
I've definitely considered it. You know, he's not as strong as the other characters, but at the end of the day, I can't abandon my boy. You know, my boy that brought me here, the boy that all the fans have come to expect from me, from us. And I don't expect him to be going away anytime soon.
Okay, great. That makes me feel very happy, and I'm sure it makes a lot of your fans out there very happy as well. Now I'm going to let you go back and prepare because you guys are right up next. Best of luck, and we'll see what happens.
Thank you.
Back to you, Luke.
Thank you. Huge goss. He might be dropping Alex. What's next? Is RF going to drop Birdie? Anything could happen. Guys, this is season 2. Now, you can follow all things Gfinity on Gfinity AU, including our broadcast times for CSGO, Rocket League and Street Fighter. There's plenty of stuff out there. Have a look. Stick around. Plenty more Street Fighter 5 action right after this.
Coming up, Melbourne Avant tackle Brisbane Deceptors.
They've got some new players. We'll see if they run who they run. I don't think it matters in the end. We're still going to win.
You shine lights on something you're concerned about. You shine lights on something you fear. I'm the darkness. I'm going to bring it.
You're watching the Gfinity Elite Series presented by Alienware.
We create machines that make every experience more intense and real. With Intel Core processors so powerful, you can redefine reality. Because the best feature of a gaming machine is the power to make you forget it's there.
Welcome back to Street Fighter 5 Gfinity Elite Series. Now, preparation is a very important part of any discipline, and it's no different for our Street Fighter players. Ash is back there right now with one of the Melbourne Avant players, so it's time for Dare to Drink It Through.
Drink it through with Dare Iced Coffee.
Hey guys, I'm here with Rumours. Now, Rumours, you had a very impressive personal record in Season 1. What's happening with Season 2? How have you been preparing?
Yeah, I think last season, I did have a pretty decent run. I had a 10-win streak, which I was really happy with. I think I went slightly further than that. But this season, hoping to go beyond that. Try and make it through the season undefeated, ideally. But, we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Well, the rumour has it that a lot of people are hoping to have pocket characters for Season 2. Is that the case? Have you heard that? Have you been preparing for that? What's the goss?
Yeah, look, I know a lot of people have picked up pocket characters, secondaries. I know Llama, a teammate of mine, has picked up G as a new character himself, and he's going to be catching bodies with that. I've seen it. It's disgusting. It's going to work, yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Actually, I wanted to ask, with your necklace, are you into some superstitions? What's going on here?
Superstitions? No, I'm not really into any of that kind of stuff. I mean, like, have some lucky charms, but, you know, nothing big, no.
So you wouldn't say that's a lucky charm?
This is fashion. This is what I do.
It looks wonderful. I'm excited to see what you're going to do this season. It's going to be fantastic. Thanks for chatting with me.
Thank you.
No worries. That's it from me. Talk to you guys later.
Drink it through with Dare iced coffee.
Oh, man, I'm pumped for this matchup. Two big teams going up against each other. It's Avant versus Brisbane. Let's talk about rumours of Ghost, because I think his stats speak for himself, don't they, Krishna?
Double-digit undefeated. That was unbelievable when we saw that last season.
Yeah.
Almost going through the whole regular season without getting beaten. He recently got a new job, I believe. It hasn't slowed him down at all.
Huge.
He still wants to play more Street Fighter. He got out to an international event in Singapore, I believe, earlier this month. He's looking really ready.
Yeah.
Really ready.
Yeah, I reckon Deceptors going to be shaking in their boots. Who do you reckon is the match on Deceptors for this guy?
Panda.
Panda?
Panda came out as the Season 1 draft winner.
Really?
He came out top of the leaderboard, and he's going up against Mr. Gfinity himself, Mr. Consistency. That's going to be an interesting... Actually, I think that's going to probably decide this game.
Who wins and loses? Well, right now it's time to get the two teams out here for the final matchup in week 1 of season 2. Please go absolutely nuts right now for Melbourne Avant! Space Ghost, a wild llama, and their captain room is a ghost. Keep clapping a bit, guys. It's awkward otherwise. Come on. Just leave them standing there, the pearl buggers. And their opponents from the land of sun, sand and surf. Make some noise for the Brisbane Deceptors! Panda, Kate Sura and Robbie Slar. Here they come, doing some sweet poses. Man, how you been? I haven't seen you in ages.
It's good to be back.
Yeah.
More of the same, right?
Yeah, are you pumped? You feeling good this season?
Yeah, I'm feeling really good. Glad we get to play Brisbane. They've got some great players. They've got some players.
I never expect shade from you. That's what blows my mind. He's so lovely, and then he throws shade. Robbie Slar, you're back again.
I'm back.
Are you feeling good, man?
Couldn't be happier to show off our new roster, our new skills, and to start the season off by beating the easiest team in the competition.
What? Huge. All right, that is enough smack talk. Let's find out how it's going to play out. It's all happening on this screen behind us, gentlemen. Have a look. This is the first matchup. Drop it, guys. We've got a Wild Llama versing Panda. What's coming up next? Rumours of Ghost taking on Robbie Slar, the captains. Goodness me, Space Ghost versus Kate Sarah. That's third. What's next? Rumours of Ghost versus Panda. That's the matchup that Krishna reckons is the one to watch. What's fifth? So we've got a Wild Llama and Kate Sarah. Number 6, if we get a Space Ghost versus Robbie Slar, and if we make it to 7, Rumours of Ghost taking on Panda again. How do you feel about those matchups, Robbie Slar?
We got to beat everyone in the competition, so we may as well start here.
Huge Rumours of Ghost. Is that true?
Look, the order doesn't matter. Like, they're all going to lose anyway, so it's fine.
My God, I love this. They're going to smash each other. We'll see what happens. Get out of here, fellas. Get in the zone. The teams are going to get in position. They're getting pumped. Here's what happened last time, though, that these two teams met up in season 1.
Oh my God, that was ridiculous. Rumours, please, he's in his head.
Oh, and he hits the back dash, I love it. Margrave, Rumours of Ghost. This blows this out as fast as he can. One more chance. Cam Dace is going to have one more chance after this.
Please, Cam.
Oh no, there it is. We're going to see it. Mr. Gfinity himself takes it. From Melbourne Avant, 9-0.
No, just Floyd Mayweather. That's a Floyd Mayweather.
There is
the Elite Series.
no stopping this man. He is too good.
Mr. Gfinity himself is back. I just missed you guys. That's why I came over here to say hello. So
cute,
hello,
very
I'm
cute.
off. See you later. No. So who do you reckon is going to win this one?
Well, I think it's tough, but I really like this new Deceptors roster, Luke.
Yeah.
I think that Panda is a great addition to someone that deserved a shot in Season 1 and just sadly didn't quite get the opportunity. So I'm going to go against the grain. I'm picking Deceptors.
Yeah, what about you,
I
Alex?
admire your optimism, Tom, and I admire Robbie Slar's optimism, but I have to say, I have to agree with Som. I think it's going to be Melbourne Avant. They've got Rumours of Ghosts as well. Mr. Gfinity himself, what was it, 10-0, 11-1 last time?
Like that, yeah.
Something ridiculous, and he's in fine form here today. I think it's Melbourne Avant to take. I think they've got this one down pat.
All right, let's get into it. That's enough from us. Guys, it's time to fight.
And off he goes.
See you, Luke.
Run away. All right, let's get into it. It's going to be Melbourne Avant versus the Brisbane Deceptors. First up, we've got a Wild Llama versus Panda. Now, I'll tell you what, a Wild Llama has been using G online a lot. G is one of the DLC characters new in the latest round of Street Fighter V DLC characters. And I tell you what, Llama has got the filthiest G this side of the hemisphere.
I think that my friend Panda is going to be shaking hands with the president in the next couple of minutes. G is a super interesting character. He's got a lot going on for him. I've seen a lot of people say he is built for this game because he can be losing all round. He hits you with one button and you just get absolutely stomped. And that is the perfect character for a player like Llama, who likes to play that aggressive style. It's not as much methodical and it's more erratic, just attack, go for the throat sort of style, which is an interesting contrast to someone like Panda. Panda is a Ken player who was initially known for being a bit of a nut, but in time I've seen him, he's sort of reformed his playstyle a little bit, and now he's considered the best Ken in the country because of the fact that he can switch between playing really nice footsies and a good whiff punishing game to just throwing out dragon punches at mid-screen and just playing like a nut.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the strengths also that Llama has is that G is a very setup-heavy character. Once he gets his V-trigger started, he's got so many possibilities. But Llama loves sitting in the lab and really working out, ironing out what those new possibilities are, especially with a new character that's just come out. And I think we're going to see some really explosive G action here today.
Oh, I'm so excited. I've been like itching for this moment all day because I really enjoy watching G.
And he's picked G. I love it. The president of the world.
So everybody better get ready to shake hands with the president. We are in game one, Avant versus Deceptors. Here we go. Alex, how do you think this matchup is going to play out between these two?
I think Panda's got his work cut out for him. This is going to be a very good, difficult match for him, especially using Ken.
Yeah.
Panda has got the fundamentals down pat. He is a very fundamentals-heavy character, and he's got his game face on there.
Ooh, that is intense.
Panda ready to roll.
Business.
With that beautiful Alienware monitor.
Yeah.
And here comes a Wild Llama with his G. Here we go into round one. Melbourne Avant versus Brisbane Deceptors. And a fantastic early confirmed from Panda. He's not screwing around.
Oh my look, just a big jump in. It's not looking good for Llama immediately.
Great jump in. Just caught Llama trying to do that G charge early on.
Yeah, I know. It's something like that. But remember, G is a one-hit kill character, so it doesn't really matter what happens early.
And
he
look
just
at
needs
what
to
we were
get the
talking
ball
about
rolling.
Llama so much, Tom, but look at that. He's already down 50%, 76 seconds left on the clock. He's got no G charge there. And Panda, I think, has worked out he doesn't want to give a Llama any chance to G charge at all, because he knows once he gets that charge happening, there goes the V trigger.
And there you go. Make everything safe and just attack for 15, 20 seconds. That is G and V trigger. However, Panda is flexing a lot of G character knowledge here, and I'm very impressed, Alex.
Oh, and he just got a bit too far. I think there may have been input error there from Wild Llama.
Definitely.
And I like the way that Panda is using that V reversal to really interrupt the offense there from a Wild Llama.
Yeah, no, that was very interesting, and there's also almost a little bit of new character nerves here for Llama, which is something I'm not expecting from a guy that's been around the world, or not around the world literally, but he's been around the country a lot playing this game. So
that's right, he has been tearing it up online.
Oh, that combo was sick, Alex.
Really just getting the salt mines out for everybody. All right, great. Oh, no Kamish on there on the sweep, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right, he's got Panda in the corner now. Great crush counter sweep to get out of the corner. How did Llama manage to block that?
I think Panda feels a little bit confident because he's going for all the cool tech now against Llama.
Panda knows he's got one round on the board already. He can afford to be a little bit more adventurous in round number 2. Great throw from a Wild. And a great neutral jump from there. Panda pushing the offense down. Panda, counter. It's all falling apart for Llama now. He's in the corner. Here comes a critical art. It's going to hit, I think, Tom.
Yeah.
It's a jump over.
Oh, the taunt. Game 1 is a wash. Wow. Panda with the bag. Look at the giggle. I reckon Panda would have been at home, earlier this week, and he's like, if I get Llama, this is how I want it to go.
I love the jump over on that critical line. I thought he did a neutral jump there, Tom, expecting the throw tech from Llama, but he just jumped straight over it.
Yeah, that was a genius play. That, like I said, I think he flexed a lot of matchup knowledge that I wasn't previously expecting. Because as G is a new character, and he's not played by that many people, despite how strong he is, it's just great showing from Panda here, as we're going to see just excellent knowledge of how to deal with G's nonsense, which there is a lot of.
A lot of nonsense. You can see here Panda taking it to a Wild Llama. He's decided that offense is the best defense, not giving Llama any time at all to power up with that G charge. It's so important to get his offense started, and really interrupting a lot of Llama's offense here with his own V reversal. And I'm just really glad with and look at that neutral jump. He saw that rush coming back in Season 1, just like he saw this wake-up critical arc coming from a Wild Llama. Wild Llama knows out of options there in the corner, and a fantastic jump over to seal game number 1 for the Brisbane Deceptors. against Melbourne Avant.
Well, on that emphatic note, it is time to reward you for sticking around and watching Street Fighter with us today. Jump on gfinity.instantloyalty.com and use the drop code on your screen right now to earn some sweet, sweet currency. But remember, you've only got a small window of opportunity, so you better get cracking right now, guys, and hop on that excellent opportunity.
That sounds fantastic, Tom. All right, let's get into the next game now. It's going to be ROG versus Robbie Slar. Rumours of Ghost, of course, the monster from Season 1. He has a record of 10-0 in Season 1. I think that's unheard of. The closest person that came to him was about 5-0.
Yeah, no, I think Somniac had a good run for a little while there, but then it all just sort of fell apart. And I think that's what separates Rumours of Ghost here is ROF is an explosive birdie.
That's right.
And then Rumours of Ghost is a consistent one. So let's see how the captains face off here in this pivotal game 2. Let's see, will it get to a 2-0, Alex?
And fighting out of Brisbane, it's everyone's favourite Alex streamer, Robbie Slar. He's going up against the monster that is Rumours of Ghost. He's ready to roll. He's smiling, giggling, having a good time. It led him to success in Season 1. Let's see if he can replicate it now into his first match.
Oh my
Gfinity.
Trade combos, we got those straight out the gate, Robbie.
Just swinging for the fences straight away. He's already got Rumours down to a stun almost. Tries to go for the overhead, but Robbie saw that. Rumours saw that one coming. He's out of there already.
Yeah, I like the patience though. Robbie didn't try and chase the stun there. I like the fact that he just sort of waited it out and gone, okay, Rumours has gotten away here, but I have a massive life lead. I have nothing to sit on and panic about.
That's right, and this is the game speed that Rumours of Ghost like, where he can sort of sit back and harass you with those normals. Great confirm off the standing short. He's got Robbie now in the corner.
Ooh.
Robbie's out of there, but of course he's all over it. Straight into the command.
Stun. Oh,
and he's got his own stun. It's not going to be enough to close it out. He's going to need one more guess up.
Oh, he dropped the combo. But he got it anyway. Don't worry about it.
What's going on? And just closing out. And which side was that going to hit? It looks like it stayed up front. And Robbie looking a little bit confused there about which side that went. That's not how it's supposed to be.
No, it's not. Come on, Robbie. That start was so immaculate. Let's bring it back, big fella.
All right, down goes the can. Rumours trying to create that shield between himself and Robbie to try and get in some offense started. Robbie getting warmed up.
I like the fact that while Rumours is making Robbie wait, he's just sitting there and just charging that V skill for Alex, because that is a great tool that you can use if you can get it off.
It is fantastic. All right, both players about even on life still. Robbie looking like he's a little bit confused about how to get in here. He's going to have to take that block on the jump in and just the grace just takes the throw.
No, he tried to punish that sweep, but just out of range. Rumours' spacing right now is immaculate.
Robbie's got that V trigger on deck. He needs to pop that rage shift V trigger to try and get some offense started on Rumours of Ghost. Rumours is waiting for it. He's opting to just hang back. There's that huge standing roundhouse, and look at the spacing for Rumours of Ghost. He's just out of the range of that standing roundhouse. Here comes Robbie. He's just going to go for it. This is the final round. He's got to make something happen now. Great crush counter on the sweep. What's he got?
Oh, no!
But unfortunately misses the command grab. Here comes Rumours of Ghost. Great block.
He's still alive. He's still alive.
And that is Jimmy straight away. And Rumours of Ghost taking it convincingly in 2 straight rounds over Robbie Sly. Robbie's looking a little bit disappointed there, but we haven't heard the last of everyone's favourite Alex streamer yet. He'll be back later on in this match between Melbourne Avant and Brisbane Deceptors. Avant are up 1-0
that was
against the Brisbane Deceptors, Tom.
That one hurts, man. That one hurts. Robbie had such a strong start with that trade combo on the standing heavy kick into the big crush counter, but it just didn't quite work out for him. And Rumours, I think, just sort of preyed on him not being prepared, and just this aggressiveness from Rumours just mixing up his styles. And especially Rumours spacing this match was immaculate.
Yeah.
See how he's just standing at that banana range and then walking into range for the command grab, getting the stun, and then dropping the combo, which is very uncharacteristic of the Avant captain. But, I don't think Robbie was quite ready for that and just got caught unawares.
And that is such a filthy mixer there. Look at the spacing there.
Just
out of the round, just out of the range of that standing roundhouse. He knows Alex players want to start the V-trigger with that standing
that crouching heavy punch to catch the backdash was so smart from Robbie, though. There were signs of life here, but the consistency just wasn't there. It must just be, first week jitters or something like that, because this is uncharacteristic of our Deceptors captain.
And that drop of Robbie Sly in the corner with that command grab, a very unfortunate drop, and Rumours of Ghost taking it convincingly in 2 straight rounds. We've got Space Ghost up next with his trademark Guile. Space Ghost, of course, featured in Season 1, played very well with Guile, had a bit of a rocky start in Season 1, but then went on to win quite a few matches, and he's going to face off against Kaysura.
There we go. I'm the definitive knowledge here.
You are. Kaysura. All right, and Kaysura is ready to roll, of course. Kaysura famously playing most of the roster. And looks like he's going to go for a Buki here today, which is a great counter-pick to Guile.
Now, Kaysura had a little bit of claim to fame a couple of years ago when Monarch first came out. He invented a V-trigger combo and did it on stream against Oil King.
He did.
And so he is no slouch. He's a jack-of-all-trades player, and I'm excited to see how he fares against Guile, who he said he hates. So let's see how he goes here against Space Ghost, who, as we've been told, has been working extremely hard this season to try and up his game and be a bit more consistent as we get into this Game 3, Alex.
All right, it's one game apiece here. Melbourne Avant versus Brisbane Deceptors. And look at that early upside down from Space Ghost.
Another one.
Look at this offense from Space Ghost. He is not screwing around.
No.
Are we in training mode, Tom? I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Yeah, I know. Oh, just drops the combo. Hopefully he's not training mode.
All right, this is Kaysura's chance now. Here comes the V-trigger activation. All right, great block from Space Ghost. Doesn't get anything started. Space Ghost opting to back off now. He knows he's nullified the V-trigger activation of Kaysura. Kaysura now out of resources. He's got to make something happen, Tom.
Yeah, oh, jump jab. I like that option into the cheeky little load. Doesn't get the flash kick. No punish from Kaysura.
A chance now for Kaysura, but he's not going to get it. Round one to Space Ghost.
Yeah, this isn't looking good for him so far. This is a man who hasn't performed well in tournaments before, so jitters usually aren't the case for him. But it's looking a little bit like nerves are getting the better of him right now, Alex.
All right, there's the EX Kuna to try and get something started, trying to get him, but it's blocked very well by Space Ghost. Kaysura having a little trouble getting in. There's that standing roundhouse, and there's the V skill during the corner combo. Combo, like Bug said. Yeah, really just a hurt box straight back.
It's a genius move, and it's a very strong tool to use by Bookies. There it is again. And now Kaysura almost has V-trigger, and he hasn't even lost like a quarter of his life bar, Alex.
All right, and Space Ghost has got full critical art on deck. Kaysura's got to be careful. He's in the corner now. All right, no link off that counter hit, unfortunately. Space Ghost now turning up the heat, finishes with the sweep. Kaysura's in trouble.
He's got to get aggressive now, Case. Oh, that's bad.
And he was waiting for that. And he's going to get the critical out of that.
Is that going to land?
And that is it. GG. Space Ghost taking it convincingly over Kaysura for Melbourne Avant.
That was a disappointing start for the jack of all trades, but I do think he's a very strong player and he will bounce back from this. He's someone who doesn't take losing lightly, so it'll be exciting to see where he comes back next. But Space Ghost showing off how hard he has been working over the off-season to improve his game and better represent how he feels he should play on the Avant roster. And that was a great showing. That was just classic Street Fighter Guile play. It was just nice and slow, nice and methodical, and he just waited it out and just let Kaysura kill himself.
I have to say, I like seeing Ibuki lose, Tom.
Oh yeah, but I
like seeing Ibuki.
But I don't like seeing Guile win. Yeah. So you know, you got to pick your poison here.
It's the best. It's
the best of the worst, I guess.
Best of the worst. That's right. The lesser of two evils.
Yeah, but this was a rough round for Case. Like that jump jab was an excellent choice. Nice little light confirmed there. Case had a chance to fight back, but he just wasn't ready to capitalise, Alex, on opportunities that he got.
That's right. Really not a lot of unforced errors there from Space Ghost in round one. He just had all the answers, and you can see he's got Kaysura locked in the corner now. He's got full critical arm on deck. Yeah. Just really hanging back, waiting for Kaysura to jump at him, which you've seen him do here.
Yeah, exactly. And this is exactly, he backed up, and that was exactly what he wanted. That's like, he just put it out on a plate, and Case just walked up and took it. And I feel like Case is going to go home and think about that and realise, that's a decision that the calibre of player that he is personally wouldn't make regularly. So I hope to see him, if he gets another go this week, which I hope he does in this current set, I hope to see him bounce back a little bit stronger. But now we've got more games to play, Alex.
That's right, and just textbook Guile play from Space Ghost. But before we get into the next match, we're going to head back to Luke for the debrief. What have you got for us, guys?
Hello, I'm back already. Good evening, nice to be here. Hey, let's have a look at the score update so far. This is how this match has played out. Pretty one-sided in every game. Panda coming out of the gates hard. We thought he would, and he did. But then Avant have got it under control. Rumours of Ghost of Space. Ghost back and up. Big showing for him early this season. A lot to prove. Well, how will it play out? We don't know. You'll have to stick around for the rest of the match. If you'd like to be part of the audience and witness this happening in the flesh, get on the Gfinity site, grab a ticket, and come on down next week. Right now, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a sec for the final match of Week 1 Street Fighter V Gfinity Elite Series. See you soon.
Mr. Murray, have you decided on a name?
We're thinking Callum.
Calamari.
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 Let's make it Jack.
Drink it through with Dare iced coffee.
Come on, better kick. Let's go. Good job, team. Good job.
Welcome back to Street Fighter 5 edition of the Gfinity Elite Series, brought to you by Dare Iced Coffee and Astro headsets. Now, me and Krista were just talking in the break, and you were saying this hasn't gone the way you would have thought it would have gone.
I had no idea how this was going to play
Yeah?
out. This, of all the games today, this is the one I was racking my brain on. Like, which way is it going to go? Who's going to be up? Llama's on a new character and a new controller. I'm not sure. Panda's in, the Season 1 draft champion. This is going to be the deciding game for me. It's going to be who will win this next game.
This next one.
This next one.
Coming up right now. All right, well, that's enough from us. Let's get right back into it. Over to you, Tom and Alex. It's time to fight.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Gfinity Elite Series. We are live from the Hoyts Gfinity Esports Arena, as you know and love, and we are getting into it. And as Krista just said, Alex, I think this is actually the pivotal game for this series, because once we get from here, it's going to be a lot of one-sided matchups and a really explosive outcome. So how do you feel about this one?
I feel these are the two strongest players from each team. The strongest player from Melbourne Avant is certainly Rumours of Ghosts with that record from Season 1, and also Panda. He's just playing out of his mind today for the Brisbane Deceptors.
Yeah.
Let's get into it now. We've got Panda versus Rumours of Ghosts. I have to say this could go either way, Tom.
Yeah, no, this is going to be a close one. Let's hear it for the boys. Let's see how they go. So I've seen these two play a lot, and usually Rumours has the edge. However, Panda is an incredibly explosive dude, and he can just sort of turn it around very quickly. Oh, no punish on the target.
See how tentative Panda is playing, like he knows what Rumours of Ghosts is capable of. And there's a medium punch. Panda throwing caution to the wind early on.
Oh, Lord, the risk reward there is nuts, but Panda just
doesn't go for it a second time. I like it. All right, there's the dash and throw. Trying to throw Rumours of Ghosts out of his comfort zone. Trying to... that cross-up. And that is why you don't talk, Tom.
Yeah, no, you don't want to make yourself look the fool, do you? But Panda, I don't think Panda cares very much about any of that. Oh, he's going for the Shin Ryuken, the V-Trigger too.
V-Trigger number 2, right, follows up with another DP. There's the overhead break block from Rumours of Ghosts. Shuts down the offense there from Panda. Both players have their V-Triggers out now.
Yeah,
it's time for Rumours of Ghosts to try and make something happen. He needs to shut down Panda.
Yeah, it's interesting. Now, Panda's already spent all of his V-Trigger. Oh, that combo was
all right, we're going to see an overhead in the corner. Doesn't go, but just jump back. I like it. All right, that backdash, trying to get himself out of dodge now. Rumours of Ghosts is threatening with that crouching light punch.
Now, this is a big life lead for Panda, but keep in mind, this is Birdie we're watching right now.
That's right.
He gets one hit into a big button, and this round is over. Oh, the punish! He thought he was going to take that.
What is going on, Tom? This is some new tech I haven't seen before.
I think Rumours was trying to build meter. Oh, this is bad. Oh, is he dead?
Oh, no. And just throws the game away. And it's ironic because Panda was begging Rumors to jump at him that entire second half of the round there.
And then he just let it go. The one chance he had, that should have been game over.
All right, let's see some more aggression here from Panda. He's got to make up for ground front. Speaking of, there's the big jump hit. He's got Rumors in the corner early. Catches Rumors with a crouching light punch meaty, but doesn't capitalize.
Yeah, he doesn't capitalize on that one, which he needs to do. On a character like Birdie that deals so much damage so easily, you have to convert against him. You can't leave these options out on the table.
And there's that famous standing hard punch from Birdie. It's such a good move. All right, now it's turn for Panda. Not having any of it, just let her up at the crate.
Oh, the shimmy! Whoa, Panda, please! Oh, we went for another one. Rumors didn't buy it.
Trying to bait out something there for Rumors of Ghost. Rumors of Ghost down to about 40% now. He's got to make something happen. He's got full critical arc and V-Trigger on deck.
He could almost kill him in one hit now.
All right, now here comes the V-Trigger activation. He's going to save the critical art for a good confirm off that standing medium punch. That is the Rumors of Ghost special. Oh, it's going on, but whoa.
What? That must have been an input error on Rumors of Ghost.
The standing medium punch there, and Panda's going to capitalize. It's not going to be enough. There's the second throw, and Panda ties it up. One round apiece.
Oh my goodness.
And that is a big drop for Rumors. He's going into round 3 without all his resources on deck. He just dropped that standing medium punch confirm, I think, Tom.
Alex, I think I just had a heart attack when that super came out, man.
That is a heartbreaker.
Oh, shimmy.
All right, here comes the shimmy. Panda is in fine form.
Oh, what the command grab? What is this match? What is happening? Anti-air crouching medium punch. There we go. Slow it down a little bit, Rumors.
That hard read there, and Rumors will go slowing it down. That's right, Tom, to the kind of speed that he likes to play at. Whether can really capitalize. All right. Panda nodding his head. He knows he got done with that one. Deer in the headlights. Panda down to about 40% health now. Just getting harassed with that standing heavy punch.
Oh, that little reset there. Cheeky stuff from Panda. Right, the Shinryuken is on deck for Ken now, so watch for a confirm into big damage for Panda.
That's right. Don't count Panda out just yet. He can do so much damage with that V-Trigger too. All right, there's that EX Tatsu to get in quickly.
These just harassment from Birdie right now, and Rumors of Ghost seems to have a control on the pace that Panda cannot deal with.
Panda knocking on Rumors' door, but Rumors is not letting him in.
He went
for the whip punish, but that's not going to be enough. And Panda goes down. That is it. And Rumors of Ghost continuing his record here at Gfinity. I think that's 2-0 for him now, Tom.
Yeah, it is. And you know what? We called that an attempted whiff punish, Alex, but that was kind of desperate. I'd call it more of a wish punish, mate.
Like, that was a wish punish.
He kind of just threw it out and hoped that Rumors would commit to something like a standing heavy punch, because that Shinryuken that Panda was using, that V-Trigger 2 for Ken, has some invincible properties.
Yes.
And if Birdie had have been in the button of, say, a standing heavy punch, then he would have got sucked in, but it just didn't work out for him. And as you can see, this was a slugger of a match. These two were just sort of throwing punches at each other.
And there's comeback for Rumors of Ghost here in round 1. Tom Panda had a 50% life lead. Rumors of Ghost with the command grab, but he still managed to come back. But both players making input errors.
Yeah, this was a nuts match, actually. This is one that was really hard to call. I think Krishna was right. This is the pivotal game, and both players knew it, because they both seemed a little nervous, I think. But in this third round, you can see Rumors got into his rhythm around now. He just starts pressing this heavy punch, he's crouching jab, and he knows that with Birdie, you can just sit on a life lead and just throw out these buttons, and the game just gets so hard to play. And there it is, the wish punish.
The desperation from Panda, you could see it. He wanted Rumors of Ghost to jump or commit to something, but Rumors of Ghost wasn't going to give it to him. He wasn't going to give anything for 3.
And
he's quite happy to let the timer run out. And look at this homemade console. What is he using there?
What is that? That looks like a cardboard box, Alex.
This man has many talents.
That's what the FGC calls a cheat box.
A cheat box.
Yeah, because you use buttons for directional movement instead of a joystick, and a lot of guys reckon it's pretty cheap. And you know what? I reckon Llama, being the player that he is and the way his play style, I think a hitbox fits him perfectly.
It fits him perfectly, but it didn't help him in the first game, unfortunately, against Panda. Panda wasn't having any of it. Panda shut his G down straight away.
Oh, G-Mirror there!
G-Mirror, what is going on here?
I was hoping for this. I didn't get to say it.
I never thought we'd see the day, Tom. A G-Mirror.
Both of these guys play G, and I was really hoping that they do this. Now, I know that a lot of G players, when they get the mirror, will do something at the start of the match. Let's see if they actually pull it off you, or whether they're going to go into business mode.
Don't give them any ideas, Tom. All right, there he is, the man. He's built his own controller, and he's going to try and build his own path to success here with his own controller and his newfound talents with G.
The president of the world. See, there it is. It is his duty to fight. Let's see what these two do.
No cigars here today. It's all about G.
Oh! Wow! Llama with the disrespect. Kaisura went for it.
Oh my goodness, giving the speech here.
Oh, the whip punish.
Great confirm. All right, both players duking it out the neutral here, trying to look for early confirms.
Yeah, and now something we need to explain to the viewers here about G is you'll see a little world icon in the bottom corner of his screen here. G charges up when he knocks people down, and when he gets knocked down, he loses the charge, as you will see just there. So you're going to see these guys try and get knockdowns and then build charge, which you're going to see. No, he didn't go for it, actually, interestingly enough.
All right, and this corner pressure from G is just so fantastic. He's got that great cross and splash. All right, and here comes Cesar. Looks like he's getting his bit more form back in now. Let Ibuki go.
Yeah, I think G's a good pick for him. I like Case's character choice here. However, Llama has the pressure.
Both characters going for throws. Cesar is in trouble.
He might. Here we go. This is where G gets disgusting. Damage.
And here comes Cesar with his own damage.
He went for the command grab.
And a great read by Cesar. He's backdash straight away. Well done.
Didn't quite work out for Case there, but I like that choice. That's a gutsy choice. You're letting Llama know that I'm not afraid to take risks here. Let's see what they do.
All right, Kesera in the red stripes.
Here we go.
Trying to get an early lead on Kesera, but very well blocked. All right, and that spin kick is safe on block.
Yes, it is, especially when he is charged up in presidential mode. Oh, she goes for the random rush punch. This is a bit of a slugfest, Alex.
Wow, look at this. And so many spin kicks. Both players not having enough time to charge up at the moment. All right, big jump in there. That's going to cost him.
Yeah.
All right, and Kesera is in serious trouble now in the corner.
And there is
Llama choosing to capitalize with the G charge. Great meat. He doesn't follow up. Kesera is on his last legs. He's got to activate.
I love that V reversal usage from Llama there. Oh, here it comes. It's party time.
All right, and here comes Kesera with his own answer.
Look at this damage. And the corner carrying the meat.
Is up with a meaty as well.
Oh, no.
Oh, and here we go. All right, Kesera is on his last lick now. He's in big trouble. Llama's looking to close this out. Oh, there it is. And Kesera is going to take this round against Wild Llama. GG. It's one round apiece.
It is GG, Alex. You're right. That was terrible.
GG.
I'm sorry. That was bad.
No, that was all right. All right. One round apiece here, guys. This is the final round.
Let's find out who the real president of the world is, red or black, Kesera or Llama.
And Llama's going to take this.
Command grab.
Melbourne Avant.
Charging up. Oh, he just caught him.
All right, this is turning into a slugfest.
Yeah, it is. Oh, counter hit confirms. Let's go, Kesera.
Oh, Kesera pushing hard in the corner.
Oh, the roundhouse kick. Oh, the jump back. Oh, he just gets caught by the cheeky low.
These reads from Llama. Okay, both players battling for life now.
This is going.
Here comes Kesera. He's just trying to keep Llama in the corner now, but these confirms from Llama are too strong.
Maximum President is ready, but he might not get to use it.
On the wrong way. I think he thought that was going to be a cross-up, Tom. Kesera's going to pay for that. He's not dead just yet. He's got one guess left.
Oh,
and that shimmy to close it out. That is it. Melbourne Avant has taken it 4-1 over the Brisbane Deceptors. That is it. GG. It's all over, Tom.
Well, it turns out Llama is, in fact, the true president of the world with that homemade controller.
I think we need to ban him with that controller. I think it's too strong.
It is. It's too powerful. I don't understand. But no, that was a great showing. I'm really glad that both of those guys went for the G pick there. They're both two very strong G players, and that was a really fun match to watch, Alex. And that was that was just a slugfest. They both were just hurling buttons at each other, as we're going to see in these replays. Llama had a bit of a firm control in the first round. Looks like Case sort of struggled a little bit, but then he got this
fighting out here in the corner. Once he pops that V trigger, Tom, and look at the damage just getting doled up. Goes for the command grab. I like it. He needed that command grab to close out that round.
But then this is what happens when you do land the command grab when you're in V trigger as G. Look at this corner carrying this damage, this character into the meaty setups.
Llama is not ready. Going for the meaty pressure in the corner, and then a Llama just closing it out here with Kesera, and there's the critical art. I like it.
Yes, nice little confirm into the super and just squeezes out enough damage to finish him off there. But then we see Twitch chat is going nuts over this the mirror match here. Everybody's loving it. This is what you like to see. This is a very liked character by the public, but you don't see him a lot. But he's really exciting to watch. So it's really good to see less used characters on the stage.
Where's Cammy and Ibuki, Tom? I'm used to seeing Cammy and Ibuki on the screen.
I don't miss them, to be perfectly honest with you. That was a great set, and I'm glad those guys went for the G mirror. However, Llama went for the ultimate disrespect and would not shake the hand of the president.
He would not shake the hand of the president. He was playing dangerous president. Now, look, Melbourne Avant has taken it 4-1 over the Brisbane Deceptors. I have to say, I think this was going to be a little bit closer.
So did I, actually.
4-1, though. That is a very good showing by Melbourne Avant. They're very happy with themselves as they fly back to Melbourne with victory in their hands, Tom.
Yeah, that was a really close match, and I mean, it was closer than the results say, I think, and I'm interested to see this new look Deceptors roster going forward, and I'm really excited to see how it turns out. But anyway, let's send it back over to the main desk and have a chat to our two favourite boys, Krisner and Lee.
Yes, look, I love all the games equally, obviously, on Gfinity, but my lord, Street Fighter is good fun. Hey, he's just squeezed in next to me. We'll come to you in just a sec. Right now, let's have a look at how that played out that final match. It was tight. So yes, ended up being 4-1 to Avant. I mean, Panda was really who came out of the gates hard. Rumours of Ghost backed it up, and that final G Mirror, what a game. Now, we did see him pop up on the desk next to us. So let's give him a huge round of applause, guys. Avant Gaming coming out there, and we've got Rumours of Ghost here. Give it up. Man, Mr. Gfinity himself, as your big corner. You feeling good, dude?
Oh, I'm feeling real good. It's the start of another great season, I'm feeling.
Yeah. Now, look, I mean, for you, is there anything going out of that week that you guys would have changed? Are you perfectly happy with how that played out?
I'm pretty happy how that went.
Yeah.
You know? I think that all of my teammates really kicked it up this season, and they've been training well in the off-season. And it was great to see that.
Yeah.
The G Mirror especially was incredibly hype, but I'm glad to see that it was our Llama who won the election. And,
And I mean, Space Ghost, that was such a strong first game from him, wasn't it?
That was so clean. He's been practicing like crazy in the off-season, and it's good to see it like just paying off in spades.
Yeah.
And you found it a little interesting because you brought up Space Ghost, and I don't think he performed as well as he'd wanted to last season, and he's definitely picked it up now. Do you think coming into this season, maybe you don't have to be relied upon as the anchor all the time, but now that your cohort is actually bringing themselves up as well, do you think you're a lot stronger when you get to those semi-finals and you don't have to go 4-3 every single game?
I think it's a bit more comforting for me personally, knowing that I don't have to be there every time. But I'm willing to fill that role if we need it. But yeah, I think just seeing Space Ghost and Llama play today, people know that it's not just me on the team, like that they're actual threats. And the way Space Ghost played today was so clean.
I was actually a little worried about Llama's G, because I know it's a new character for him. He's also on a hitbox now. And he hasn't touched Urian since then. And I've been kind of wondering how much trouble is he going to be in when he comes into this series. He's also had Uni at the back end as well. So it's good to see that his G is actually performing like we wanted it to.
Yeah, I don't think his G's in trouble. I think the people who play against him are in trouble.
I love big talk and it being backed up. So let's get into some analysis right now. Krishna, what rounds do we want to talk about?
Well, the first one is I want to explain what a trade combo is, because it was kind of cool to see the first lane. As we freeze it there, we wind back just a little bit. Now, Rumours, you know as much as me what a trade combo is. So your can evidently gave Robbie a chance to hit him. Because during a trade combo, recovery comes out a lot sooner. You recover a lot sooner. So you can actually trade combos where ordinarily you wouldn't be able to. So as you can see here, because he's getting hit by the can, he can go straight into his crouch fist and it all links, because Rumours is still in recovery. He's still reeling from that last hit. And that allowed him to get the combo off. And that was a really cool moment to see. It's not something you're going to see that often in SF5.
Yeah, sweet action. All right, what else do we want to take a look at, Krishna?
We're going to look at your buddy, a Wild Llama.
Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Because I like to see the decision-making he made right at the end of this round here. Because as we know, G is a very explosive character. And K-Sira, once he got his trigger off, he really looked like he could have taken that round very easily. As we see right in that stand medium kick, there it is. Yeah, you can keep playing production. It's okay. I like to see, just after this, because it's big damage as we see. We take a look, and he's lost 50% of his remaining health already. This throw right there, that was the big deciding part of that game, because if that throw got off, that was K-Sira's game.
Yep.
He definitely had that round. And, you know, as you know, making decision-making in that kind of part, how would you know, is he going to command throw? Is he going to meaty? I know the next time in the next round when he was in that situation, he did meaty, and he did get that off.
Yep.
So what causes you to make that sort of decision?
There's a kind of like term that we refer to as kind of the clutch muscle, where like in the down to the wire moments when you have to make split-second decisions based on basically 2 rounds of prior information, or maybe 1 round or something like that, and then you have to make a call like that.
Yeah. I'm interested in what Luke would say if you were in that position. What would you do? You're like,
if I was in the position where I was playing in Gfinity professionally.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't seen this player before. You don't know what to see. You know exactly how you can win this round.
That's all I ever do. I just mash buttons. Why would I pretend otherwise? Hey, look, it was a huge showing from Avant. You guys must be happy. I don't think we've seen the last of this episode. I think they'll definitely come back strong. Right now, it's time to find out who the Astro MVP is for that match. Krishna, who's getting the points? Who's the MVP?
Well, as Rumours said, Space Ghost played really, really clean. He's getting my 1 point, 2 points. I'd really love to see Panda here again. I think he's going to be a core member of this Deceptors team, but he's right there.
It's me.
Hey.
Is that what you mean?
Congrats.
Am I MVP?
No, it's actually Rumours of Ghost. Continuing on from last season, he's right back into it.
Mr. Gfinity, we're seeing a bit of the action here. Did it feel good out there, man?
Yeah, it feels good to be back. I mean, it's just like on stage, you know, getting warmed up again, getting right back into the series, but I feel like at home in this seat right here, you know, every week.
Well, you want to be here every week, and you've already started your 0-2 run.
Yeah.
How long is it going to continue on?
I think we can go beyond the last one, I think. Go for a quick 14-15-0.
14-15-0, that's the call. Well, just for now, we'll stay right where we are, but congratulations, Room as a Ghost. You are the MVP for that match.
That's man.
All right, let's check out the standings after this first week. This is where all the teams are. This is how the points have fallen. So, sitting right and pretty at the top, both of the Melbourne teams and the Sydney Chiefs are all on 3 points. And then all the other teams on 0. That's how it's played out. Brisbane Deceptors, Perth Ground 0 and Sydney Raw. So, we will see how that plays out over the rest of the season, but definitely some upsets, definitely some things we expected. It's all up for grabs. That's what's so exciting about another season of this show. Right now, we're going to check in with Ash and Tom and Alex and get some final thoughts from them. Over to you guys.
Hey mate, thanks so much. Well, that was such an awesome way to end the weekend here at Gfinity Elite Series. The second season, I am so pumped. I had an absolute magic moment that I'd love to share with you guys. It was when Sayo beat BK Sama. What I love most about this game is the emotion, and you can really see it in his face. I don't know if we're showing you a clip right now, but it was just so great. He stood up, threw his hands up in the air, and just had so much joy. There he is there, making his last move.
The GZ guys are very passionate guys, and that's what I like about that team so much. Like every time they win, they get so excited.
I know, isn't he
So
great?
lovely,
That's my favourite part. What about you guys?
Well, for me personally, I think it was the Battle of the Presidents. I think that final game we had was the perfect way to close out the first episode of Season 2. Two Gs going at it, and it was just an explosive matchup, and those two guys put on a show, and I really enjoyed it.
I love a good mirror match.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about the GZ boys. They bring their character talents, but they bring their heart and soul when they come here to the Gfinity Elite Series, and they put it all on the line. My highlight for me, though, was Space Ghost just dismembering Keisuru Ibuki. If you're a Guile player at home and you have trouble against Ibuki, that match was clean. Go back and watch that match, because that is a textbook example of how to deal with Ibuki online. Just perfect play from Space Ghost, and a great opening for him. I loved it.
Oh, there was just so much great content here today. I'm so pumped. And Luke, I think it's time for us to wrap it up. So what have you got for us?
Yeah, it's an awesome first weekend of play. Here is how the overall points tally looks like across all our 3 games, CSGO, Rocket League and Street Fighter 5. So Melbourne Avant, Melbourne Order and Sydney Chiefs are all sitting pretty at the top on 3 points, and the rest of our teams, Deceptors, Ground Zero and Sydney Raw, all on 1 point each. It is very early days, though. Anything could happen. And remember that these points will be tallied up throughout the season, and the teams with the most points will win the Club Championship trophy and prize money. Melbourne Order blitzed the field last season, but who will it be this time round? I don't know. It's all up for grabs, guys. A big season ahead of us. Here are the broadcast times for next week's games. They're on your screen in just a second. There they are. So check that out. We would love you to join us again, or we'd love you to come down live as well. We have a whole lot of fun here at the studio. If you can't make it, you can catch all the live action on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, so there's no excuse for missing the Gfinity Elite Series. Now, before we go, remember, you at home can be in with a chance to win the all-new Alienware M15 laptop. It's an awesome piece of kit. It's the thinnest and lightest 15-inch Alienware gaming notebook they've ever made. So head to the gfinityesports.com.au website, and there you will find all the details on how to enter that. Week 1 is done and dusted. Season 2 is huge, guys. I'm really excited for all the amazing gameplay that is to come. This is an awesome time for esports in Australia. It's a very exciting time. It's a great show to be part of. Thanks to everyone working on the show. Thanks to Krishna, who's nailed his first week. I think we can all agree. Round of applause to Krista, Tom, Alex, Ash, all our wonderful people to work across the show. We'll see you next week.